And we're back for some football here on KBEY. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad to be back here on the airways for the 2025 edition of the Marble Falls Mustangs. It's a Thursday night special. They traveled to Austin here at the venerable Burger Stadium. And I've got Kyle Future with me this evening. And, Coach, I know you've coached a few ball games here at this stadium over the years, but I look forward to see Coach Kerry Timmerman and his Mustangs in the second year of his program, of his what he has on the offense and defense. Looking forward to see what they can do tonight on the road in Austin. Now, last year they defeated the Cougars 56-0. And Coach, what do you hope to see tonight from the Mustangs going into the season?
I'd take 56-0 again, huh?
Yeah, I think every Mustang fan would.
I tell you what, there's a lot to look forward to for sure because we've got a young sophomore quarterback. That'll be interesting to see, of course, and. I know, look, we're in the second year of this Coach Timmerman's tenure, and so consequently, I think it's automatic that we should be better. I know one thing, I'm looking down here at the Crockett linemen. They're a big bunch of kids right here, so and I know they're going to be physical up front and try to wad it up on offense, so it'll be good. It's exciting because it's always great to start a new football season.
Mustangs went 2-8 last year in Coach Timmerman's inaugural year. Had two shutouts, the one against Crockett last year that we already talked about, and against San Antonio Breckenridge, 49-0. And going to see a few sophomores out there this evening for the Mustangs, and looking forward to seeing Crawford Maddox. He's just a sophomore, and he's going to be the signal caller, the starting signal caller for the Mustangs. So really looking forward to see what he has to offer for the Mustangs. Now, I know he still has to build up some experience, but to see what talent he'll bring to the Mustangs.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I remember him last year as a freshman quarterback, and from the very first time I ever saw him, I could tell here's a talented kid. But there's a big difference between freshman ball, last year and now varsity ball this year. But I've met him in person in Coach Timmerman's office a couple of days ago when he come down, and look, I think he's there because he's talented, and so it'll be good to see him. We just need to make sure we protect him, right?
What this offense, Coach, how do you see this offense being successful?
Well, Joaquin Aguilar, the running back, being back, and he's a senior, and, heck, he was one of our better kids last year for sure, and so he's definitely a threat. I think receiver-wise that we're going to be pretty good shape. I'm going to get familiar with them tonight, like everyone else, I guess, to a degree, but certainly the big thing is if Maddox has a little bit of time to throw the ball, then I think we'll have a chance to be real successful.
All right, so just getting going this evening, the Mustangs, they were on the field going through the warm-ups. Now they'll head back and into the field house, and they've got about 27 minutes. It is a warm evening, so they get hydrated and get ready for this opening game of the season. And, Coach, this is such a beautiful setting here at Burger Stadium. As we're looking north, and as we look north, we're seeing the beautiful skyline of Austin, so such a gorgeous setting for some football this evening.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. And, this has got a lot of history to it, this stadium, right? I mean, heck, the Cowboys used to have training camp in Austin, and they would have a exhibition of sorts here, not a full-scale exhibition game, but and it would draw big crowds, and certainly the Mustangs have played several playoff games dating all the way back to 1979, I think it is. So that being the case, we're a little bit familiar with it.
Yes, and they've shot movies over on this field over the years as well. So the Mustangs, again, back in the locker room now, and Coach Kerry Timmerman in his second year. I know you had a chance to talk with him, and how was he feeling about his team going into year two?
Look, he's I guess they always there's a great deal of excitement. I mean, it's a new season. This second year, I anticipate that kids are just more familiar, right?
Yes.
And so for those guys who are returning, that's a big factor. Certainly with a young quarterback, everybody's excited because of the talent, he looks like he's going to bring to the table. And then defensively, our big deal is going to be we've got to limit big plays. If we don't give up that explosive play, then I think we've got a shot to do really well.
I look forward to seeing what the Mustangs have this evening, and want to see the youngsters, the sophomores there on the squad, see what they bring, and then you've got some veterans as well. Joaquin Aguilar, year number 3 as a varsity player for the Mustangs, and he'll be that senior leadership along with Doak Timmerman, Coach Kerry Timmerman's son, and you're going to see some of these players play both ways here this evening for the Mustangs, and I know you're going to be interested in seeing what the offensive line, as you mentioned, the offensive line always important with that's how the offense goes. If the offensive line goes, it goes. If it doesn't, well, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, no doubt, because it all starts up front, whether you're talking about the offensive line or defensive line, either one. I know, and as far as Crockett's concerned, as I look at them right now, as they're going through their last few plays, the quarterback's returning, and he's that tall, lanky kid that played last year. But I think the big thing about their offense is how big they are on the offensive line. So we're going to have to be tough there in that front group of kids defensively, and hold their ground.
All right, Dan, they do have some big linemen for the Crockett Cougars, and I've got to commend the Cougars on their uniforms because they're wearing black with the yellow numerals and with the black helmets. But you know what? The numerals are so easy to spot from up here on that black, and the yellow really stands out. So I think it's going to be easy for my old eyes to see it this evening.
Well, I don't go to a game without binoculars, so I'll plan to do that. The one thing about that black uniform, especially if you get that ball rubbed down good and they put that various material, whatever they rub these balls down with, it's dark. It's hard to see sometimes, against that black uniform. So that's an old coach's superstition at the very least.
All right, so the Cougars still going out there and run through some offensive reps. The Mustangs in the field house getting some last-minute instruction and getting hydrated before they head back out to the field for pregame festivities. And going to be a great evening of football here at Burger Stadium, a Thursday night special to kick off the season. And, Coach, I know your very first game to do a game on the radio was, I think it was a Thursday night game, and that was against Austin Travis. So here we are back again doing it.
Yeah, we've had good success down here, right? And I'm looking forward to that again tonight. And look, everybody's excited. I mean, we've waited a long time for football season to roll back around, of course, and so here we are.
All right, I want to thank our sponsors before we go to a commercial break. Big thank you to our sponsors this year. First United Bank, J-Bar. Big thanks to Hill Country Collision and Ewald Kubota, sponsors of Mustangs football here on KBEY. Don't forget, you can watch a video stream of the game as well, dailytrib.com or at kbfm.com. So, again, watch a stream of the game, kbfm.com or dailytrib.com. We're just getting going this evening from Burger Stadium. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll hear from Marble Falls head football coach Kerry Timmerman. He'll talk about the weeks of practice leading up to the first game and we expect from his Mustangs this evening. So please stick around. It's Mustangs football on KBEY 103.9. KBEY 103.9. How you doing? Ben Shields and Kyle Futrell back with you at Burger Stadium as we're in Austin getting ready for the Marble Falls Mustangs and the Austin Crockett Cougars. And as we inch closer, about 14 minutes away from kickoff. Thanks for joining us here on KBEY. Don't forget, you can also video stream the game, kbeyfm.com and at dailytrib.com. You'll see the banner at the top of the page. Just click on that, and you'll be able to stream the ball game. So thanks to Cal Futrell. Big thanks to Kirk Nowaker. I believe this is the third season that he's come out and helped us on road games. Really appreciate him for hanging out with us and doing this on Friday nights. And Jose Mesa, he'll be doing home games with us. Maybe I can talk Kirk into doing some home games with us as well. But about to have both teams come on the field. The dance team's on the field. Got the Starlets for the Mustangs, waiting for Marble Falls to run out of the field along with the cheerleaders. And about 10 minutes away, showing on the clock here. Got the, I believe they just added that the video board. That's new here. I don't remember that last time.
No, that
here.
is new. Sure is. No, they've done some. They've got new turf. They got the big Texas, that expands from 20 to 30.
Yeah, you've got the western tip starting at the 18, and then you got what would that be? I guess like Sam Rayburn at about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, we're right here in the capital of Texas.
That's right.
That's where we're at in Austin, Texas.
All right, so the Mustangs still waiting to run out of there. They've got their second year. They've had this big Mustang, scary-looking Mustang there. They'll be running through that here momentarily. It'll be the home opener next week for the Mustangs at Mustang Stadium as they'll take on the Gerald Cougars. Lost in heartbreak fashion last year against Gerald on the road. I know some folks thought maybe the Gerald Cougars were short on a first down, but nonetheless they won, and Mustangs hope that they can return the favor here next Friday night. But first things first, it's the Crockett Cougars.
That's right, and like I say, I mean, everybody's excited. This is the first game out, and and I guess I would add too. I mean, this is not something that just starts at 7:30, but rather, 7 o'clock this morning. The team was already meeting. I was up there, was invited to come here. Coach Patrick Henson, the high school principal, talked to the team, and look, I got to see a little bit behind the scenes with Coach Timmerman, and look, the plan is great. It's just as you build a program, it just takes time sometimes. And but then I went up to the commons there at the high school, and I mean there are a lot of kids engaged in this Friday night, Thursday night in this case event, and so it's really a cool thing.
Yeah, it is always the pageantry of Texas high school football is something to behold, and I don't think anybody can match it. Even some of the top football states, Georgia, Florida, Ohio, California, nothing can match Texas high school football. And the Mustangs get to kick it off here on a Thursday evening at Burger Stadium. As we look across and see the Austin skyline, and the Crockett Cougars going to be coming through the run-through. Again, they're on the home blacks with the yellow numerals and the black helmets. Mustangs still waiting to come out of the field house. Again, last second word of encouragement from Coach Kerry Timmerman, second year for the offensive-minded coach. Came from Austin Vandergrift, a couple of years there.
Yeah, he comes from good stock, that's for sure. Austin Vandergrift was a 6A state champion last year. And I know Coach Sanders has been in Austin Vandergrift since they started.
Yes.
When we beat them, I think, in 2010 to advance to the playoffs, and one of their first years as a school, and Coach Sanders was their coach then.
Yeah, he has definitely built a program, and he's got a defensive mindset.
Yeah, no doubt. His big mentor, Coach Sanders there at Vandergrift, his big mentor was our old head coach, Dave Denny.
Really?
And he was a young coach in the San Antonio area when Coach Denny was coaching down there. And so there's that little connection there. And
didn't he coach at Travis as well? Drew Sanders?
He did.
I believe that's
sure
where he came from before.
Right. And then he had Travis starting to kind of turn it around, and then Vandergrift opened up, and he's been their coach ever since.
Started from the ground floor and still there, got himself a state championship. All right, so the Mustangs walking out of the field house, going to be in their traveling whites with the purple numerals and the purple pants, the gold helmets with the purple running Mustang on the side of the helmet and a number on the other side. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem here on KBEY 103.9. All right. Okay.
Davy Crockett's about to come out of the tunnel here.
Ben Shields and Kyle Future with you here at Burger Stadium in Austin, getting ready for the Mustangs and the Crockett Cougars. And the Mustangs will go to the sideline and take a knee and have a moment of silence, and then we'll be ready soon for the national anthem here in just a minute. But we'll go back to the studio for that here in just a minute. But the Mustangs and the Cougars about ready to strap it on here for the first time this season.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for both teams, right?
Yes, it is.
You know, I mean, we're all starting at the same spot tonight, and so it'll be interesting to see, you know, which team comes out and can execute and do so in a way that that they don't beat themselves. That's almost the biggest thing, particularly early in the year, but throughout, is that you just don't want to be guilty of beating yourself, and you know, because of mistakes, giving up big plays, turnovers, penalties. Those are the things that can really spoil the night for sure.
All right, so both teams now on the sideline and getting ready for the national anthem. So they'll go ahead and take their helmets off, and we'll have the national anthem. We'll go to the studio and get our national anthem. So back to you, Roy, for the national anthem. Ben Shields, Kyle Futrell here at Burger Stadium for the Mustangs and the Crockett Cougars. And Coach Futrell, I know you've got the starters for the Mustangs. Looks like we'll start defensively.
Yeah, so defensively it knows Raul Moran, a senior, and then the two defensive ends, Jesse Flores, number 8, and Deegan Whitted, number 26. Jesse, a junior, Deegan, a senior. Linebackers at Sam linebacker, Doak Timmerman, number 4, Mike linebacker, Raul Moran, and Will is Branson Bunning. Our two safeties are Greg Lemon. Greg's coming back, you know, as a senior this year. And then we got a sophomore at free safety, Clayton Thompson. Joaquin Aguilar is our right corner, and C.J. Alexander, another senior, is our is our left corner.
All right, so the Mustangs and Crockett meeting at midfield. Coach, you want to do the offense real quick?
Sure, you bet. So at offense, I'll start with the line since I'm so fond of that group of guys.
Offensive line
right?
coach.
So number 52, David Molina, he's a junior. Logan Chapa, 53, is a left guard, a junior. Tyler Leverett, number 65, left tackle, he's our senior. Right guard is Raul Moran, a senior, and 64, Madden Hernandez is our right tackle.
All right.
Our H-back is Jesse Flores, and our wide receiver,
All right, Coach. So go ahead. Keep on going.
okay, and then our Z, or our receiver, Jace Williams, he's a senior. Our slot is a Trey Machek, and Caden Langby is a wide receiver. Quarterback, Crawford Maddox, and running back, Joaquin Aguilar. 6 senior starters on offense and 8 senior starters on defense.
All right, Coach, thank you very much for that, and thanks for the starting lineup. So looked like the Mustangs, they won the toss. Kirk, did you see that out there? Okay. All right, Dan, the 4 captains were Doak Timmerman, Crawford Maddox, as well as Joaquin Aguilar and Raul Moran.
Yeah, each of those guys voted on by their teammates, and so certainly that's going to be the heart of your leadership there for the team.
All right, so it's going to be the Mustangs and the Crockett Cougars here. All right, so the Mustangs will get the ball to start the first half here, and the ball teed up at the 40. And
C.J. Alexander's deep to receive.
number 9, the kicker, is going to be Danny Gueda, and he's a senior. Got it teed up at the 40-yard line. So C.J. Alexander, as Coach mentioned, stands at the 10-yard line for the Mustangs as we're looking to get this ball game and the season underway. So kicking off right to left. And here it comes. It's on the way. And it's going to be an onside kick, and the Mustangs jump out at the 44-yard line. And a good job by the Mustangs. And jumping on it's going to be Olin Dalton. He stayed home at the 45-yard line as it was an onside kick try, and Dalton stayed right there and showed good hands. And so the Mustangs will have good field position at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Olin. I mean, it's one of those circumstances where you've got to be ready for anything, and certainly it looks like the Mustangs were, and so it's going to set us up in good field position, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line.
All right, so the ball sits just shy of the 45, working left to right here. And it's going to be with 2 seconds off the clock here in the first quarter. Marble Falls at its just shy of the 45. And we'll see Maddox with his first varsity snaps for the Mustangs in the shotgun. Pistol formation with Joaquin Aguilar. 2 receiver set, and he's going to, well, there was a miss-up, but he's going to call his own number and takes it to the 50, breaks a tackle, spins into Crockett territory at the 48-yard line, and that'll be a gain of about 8, we'll say 7 yards, so 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, number 11, Jeremiah Hernandez for the Cougars, kind of, and the tackle kind of throwing him forward for maybe another yard or 2.
Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. Gives the handoff, Aguilar up the middle, 1st down to 40. Still going the 35 down to the 34-yard line. 13-yard pickup, and the Mustangs with their 1st down of the season at the Crockett 34-yard line.
Yeah, Lucas Delgado, number 35, making a tackle there.
Mustangs looking to work quickly. 2 receivers to the right. Aguilar's the running back to the right of Maddox. That's Crawford Maddox. He's going to fake the handoff, swings it out right side. It's caught the 30, the 25, and he's brought down. That's going to be Kay Logbine with the catch and run, and he will get it just shy of the 1st down, about a 9-yard pickup there at the 25.
Yeah, a quick little swing pass, just right out to the right side there, and Caden did a great job, picking up yardage in. Just a way to extend that running game out wide a little bit.
10:50 to go here in the first quarter. No score. Mustangs threatening, though, just outside the red zone. Puts Aguilar in motion. Maddox to throw. He's looking. Steps up in the pocket. Flag comes in. Swings out to Aguilar. Cuts upfield. Has the 1st down to 20, the 15, and he's wrapped up at the 14. That would be a 11-yard gain. There was a flag down at the 35, and I think it's going to be a holding call, bringing that 1st down gain by the Mustangs back.
Yeah, Lucas Delgado made the tackle there for the Cougars, and you know, I mean, it's one of those things. I can't imagine holding.
Yeah.
But no, I think the thing that struck me most of all was that short of all five guys holding, you know, I don't think Crawford had some time. He didn't have people in his face, and so I thought that was really encouraging there. He didn't see anything downfield, and so he stepped up and delivered it to Joaquin there on the side. 3
receivers for the Mustangs, and going to have Maddox in the shotgun with Aguilar to his left, so it'll bring up a second down, and we'll say about 16 here. Another stoppage comes in. Not sure if it's a flag or what. Maybe something with the play clock, going to reset the play clock. Right now the game clock sits at 10:22 with no score. I guess they marked it off 5 yards too much, so they take it back to the 36-yard line, move it up to the 36, so it's a second down at about 12. Fakes the handoff, swings it out to the left. That's going to be Makacek, and he has a 30. He's at the 25, still going to 20 in the red zone at the 18-yard line. Nice catch and run for 18 yards. Makacek with a nice catch.
Yeah, and I said we'd be remiss if we didn't say number 11, O'Caden Langbein, did a great job blocking out there on the edge, and that's what sprung the run after the pass.
So we've got a first down and 10 for the Mustangs at the 17-yard line. 3 receivers set. Maddox swings that right side. Langbein has it, bobbles it, is hit immediately. Matter of fact, he'll be dropped a couple yards, be a 2-yard loss, so he never had a chance once he caught it, and he went down. He was able to hang on, but it's a 2-yard loss and a second down at 12.
Yeah, number 3, Fernando Funes, there on the tackle. I'm not so sure then that they didn't have us outnumbered there, to be quite frank, because we couldn't block all the defenders there on that quick pass.
All right, going to be a second down and 12 with 9:25 and counting in the first. No score. Maddox to throw. He's got a nice pocket. Looks right. Fires for the end zone, and it's incomplete. Intended for his tight end, Jesse Flores. And I think we're going to get a pass interference at the goal line looking for the junior tight end. And that should be a fresh set of downs for the Mustangs as Flores over the middle of the field. I think the defensive back had a hold of his shoulder.
Yeah, he was apparently a little quick. The back judge threw the flag pretty much right away, and so consequently that'll set us up for a first down.
Okay, so with 9:15 to go here in the first quarter, the Mustangs should have a first down. We haven't got the official call here quite yet. It is pass interference against the Cougars. This will take the ball inside the 10 down to the 9-yard line. And the Mustangs will have a first down and goal after the pass interference call. Braxton Dickin, the receiver to the right. Meanwhile, you've got Cade Langbein to the left and a pistol formation. Aguilar is the running back behind Crawford Maddox, the sophomore QB. Flores, the tight end, in motion to the right now. Now he's moving back to his left, trying to get lined up correctly. And we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Timmerman. He didn't like how it was looking there. They weren't getting lined up, and so he gets the timeout called. We're going to keep it here with 9:14 remaining in this first quarter. The Mustangs are tied at 0 with Crockett, but they're threatening with a first down and goal at the 9.
Yeah, I think the timeout's going to just be a product of, not getting the formation correct. We lined up pretty tight, and then we walked out Jesse Flores, but I think probably what happened was he went right and he should have been left. They immediately waved, for him to come be a wing over on the left side behind the tight end. And so, anyways, we took the timeout just to ensure we didn't get the 5-yard penalty for delay.
All right, so 9:14 to go in this first quarter, and it's the first game of the season, so time to just trying to work out those kinks and see what they can do here on a first down and goal after the first timeout called by the Mustangs. They'll stay with the same formation. Dickin, the receiver to the right. Langbein, the receiver to the left. It's a pistol formation with Aguilar lined up behind Crawford Maddox. Tight end Flores in motion to the left. Maddox has the shotgun snap. Hand off Aguilar. He's hit behind the line of scrimmage. He's going to go down, brought for a loss. Never went down, but they blow the whistle It'd be a loss of 5 back to the 14.
Yeah, that tackle by Juan Noria, one of their defensive linemen, going to be the defensive end there from our offensive left side. And at any rate, he made some quick penetration and was able to get his hands on Joaquin.
8:45 to go in this first quarter, and it's no score. We've got 2 receivers left for the Mustangs, one to the right. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. Aguilar flanks him to the left. Now will put him in motion to the right. Maddox with the shotgun snap. It's going to be a shuffle pass. That's Aguilar. Jet sweep to 5. Looking for the end zone. Hit just shy at about they'll say the 2-yard line. So 12-yard gain, and we'll see a 3rd down and 12 coming up for the 3rd down and goal at the 2 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 Cougars in on the stop. Looks like we're trying to do a little, I thought we was going to try to do a little tempo on them, but now we're looking back for the signal.
So 3rd down and goal at the 2-yard line. Maddox in the shotgun, Aguilar to his left. 3 receivers for the Mustangs. Going to be a handoff to Aguilar. Again, he's hit behind the line of scrimmage, breaks the tackle, turns upfield. Nice cut by Aguilar. Touchdown Mustangs. That's a 2-yard touchdown scamper for Aguilar with a nice cutback. And he gets into the end zone. Mustangs with the lead, 6-0. 7:52 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, the result from the first drive of the season has been really good, right?
Yeah, 55-yard drive.
Yeah, no doubt. Fielded the onside kick, didn't get surprised by that, executed well enough, did call a timeout to maybe prevent a delay. So it all worked out pretty good. Looks like Joaquin back to attempt the PAT and Maddox for the hold. And that kick is good, so we're 7:52 in the first quarter. It's Mustang 7, Cougar 0.
And the Mustangs are up 7-0 as the extra point was good. Meanwhile, the kickoff returned at the 20 to the 25-yard line. And returning it for Crockett that time is going to be Josiah Verver, and the Mustangs stop him at about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Bentley Trejo was in on the tackle, and man, it was a really good kick. They fielded it outside the numbers, and good coverage by the Mustangs not to give up at about 5 yards of return yardage.
All right, so the Mustangs with a 7-0 Mustang lead. It's going to be Cougar ball at the 25-yard line. Cougars working right to left here. All right, so the quarterback is going to be Darnell Bogo. He is under center. Puts a man in motion to the left, turns, handoff up the middle. He's at the 30, but the play's going to be stopped as it's going to be a false start, I believe, against Crockett. He did have some room, but that's the play is stopped there.
Yeah, no, I watched film with Coach Timmerman a little bit earlier in the week and a little bit on Crockett, in fact, from their first scrimmage. And they're going to play it pretty tight, and it's going to be kind of an old John Tyler style toss, but keeping it in tight. And they're going to let their big guys kind of wallow around in there and just create some holes and wad things up, and then all of a sudden a back will pop out. It's going to be important that we, play low for sure.
All right, so it's 7-0 Mustangs, first down 15 after the false start call here. It's going to be Agbaya tosses it to the tailback of the 20, and he's going to be wrapped down after a couple yards there. And the run that time for Crockett, John Paul Pacina III.
Yeah, brought down by number 21 for the Mustangs there, Gregory Lemon. You know, so that's a name we called a lot last year, and it's sure good to have him back for certain.
All right, so it'll be a second down and about 12 here after the 3-yard pickup that time. Mustangs up 7-0, 7:09 to go.
Yeah, Greg being our strong safety is going to have to be a run stopper tonight for sure.
Meanwhile, hand up the middle to the 31-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, brought down by number 24, Jesus Rodriguez for the Mustangs.
Again, that's Pacina III with the carry. And it's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 6 here.
Yeah, looking on the 2 deep, I mean, this is how fluid this is tonight because I don't see Jesus on the 2 deep here, but he's the one that made the tackle, so it's important for guys to step in and make those plays.
All right, 7-0 Mustangs. And we've got movement. I think the Mustangs jumped on the left side there. They went with a hard count and unable to get back.
Yeah, you know, when you're on the defensive line, I don't care what they say and what kind of shift they may do, any of those things. The bottom line is your eyes have got to be glued on the football. You got to be able to see, at the very least, see that football out of the corner of your eye and be ready to move in response to the ball moving.
All right, so it's 1st down and 10 after the penalties. Gives the Crockett Cougars their first down. Agbaya under center. He's going to hand it off to the receiver. That's going to be Trey Silvan, and he's going to be wrapped up. He'll be dropped for a loss back inside the 35 down to the 33. That'll be a loss of 3 yards, and it will be a 2nd down and 13.
Yeah, Nufo Salazar, number 3 on the tackle there, and Nufo's a returner, and then Caleb Byfeld as well to help finish him off there, number 0. And Caleb's a senior, so 2 of our guys with experience making plays, and it was behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, so it's going to be a 2nd down and 13. Agbaya, the quarterback, as his running back. Pacina behind him. Puts a man in motion, gives to Pacina. He's hit immediately, and he's going to go nowhere. Host of Mustangs there that time, and he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
Yeah, number 40 for the Mustangs, that'd be Brody Graham, and then number 4, Doak Timmerman. Again, 2 more returners. We're pretty experienced on the defense, and 8 senior starters. So, anyways, good job there, limiting them to about 1 yard gain.
So we've got a 3rd down and 12 here for the Cougars at the 34-yard line. Mustangs up 7-0 as we approach 5 minutes to go. 55-yard touchdown drive for the Mustangs. Under center, Agbaya. Puts a man in motion. He's going to throw. Rolls to his right. He's looking. He's going to tuck and run. And Doak Timmerman's there to bring him down after maybe a 2-yard or a 3 or 4 yard gain. That's all. And it'll be a 4th down. So Doak Timmerman doing a good job. Saw the quarterback roll right. Made sure that he didn't get outside.
Yeah, Doak coming from his Sam linebacker position to apply pressure on the quarterback. And then Jesus Rodriguez as well, number 24. To help finish him off. And so good job containing the quarterback and forcing the 4th down.
So Crockett does pick up a 1st down, but that's all here. It's 7-0 Mustangs. Snap back to the punter, 25-yard line. Low drive punt. Takes a big Crockett bounce, still rolling inside the 20. And it'll be down all the way to the 18-yard line. And so the Mustangs pin back at the 18-yard line after their opening drive went 55 yards, and for a score, 2-yard Joaquin Aguilar run. And so the Mustangs will have it for the 2nd time this evening, up 7-0, 3:58 to go.
Yeah, that ball hit on the 35-yard line, and then they got the good roll for the Cougars all the way down to the 18. It's going to be really important that our guys fielding punts can, we can figure out, okay, he's punting on average about this far. We've got to be able to field those and not give up, 17 to 18 yards of additional yardage on the punt.
All right, so first down and 10 for the Mustangs at the 18. Crockett bringing somebody on late there, and they've got to call a timeout. And so we'll take it with them with 3:58 to go. Crockett gets a timeout. 7-0 Mustangs. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. All right, it's 3:58 to go here, and did we have a flag already, Coach, here on
Yeah,
this play?
the umpire seemed to signal what I would have taken to be a delay signal.
All right, so I guess there is no. I think he may. Yeah, it is a illegal substitution. 12 men on the field there.
Okay,
That's against the defense, against the Crockett Cougars called for the illegal substitution. They had 12 men on the field there.
It's one of a coach's worst nightmares, you know.
Yeah.
Call a timeout to get your personnel right, and then get a 12 men on the field penalty coming out of the timeout. So, that first game, things happening.
Handoff Aguilar left side, has some room to the 30. Breaks a tackle. The 35 still going the left sideline. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40. He's at the 30. It's a foot race, the 20, the 10. 5, touchdown, Joaquin Aguilar.
82-yard run for Joaquin.
Wow, Joaquin Aguilar goes 82 yards as he broke a tackle, and then he was gone down the left sideline. A second touchdown run of the evening, and the Mustangs make it 13-0, 3:41 to go. A nice running by Joaquin Aguilar here in this first quarter.
No doubt. I mean, Joaquin, we know from watching him for 2 years, right, that that's the kind of running back he is, and certainly did a great job there, of escaping that first tackler and then turn into a big play.
All right, so the Mustangs have Joaquin come try the extra point try out of the hold of Crawford Maddox, the sophomore QB. Snap is good. Hold is good by Maddox. The extra point try, a little low, and it's off the crossbar. No good. And it'll stay 13-0, low kick off the crossbar. And so Joaquin Aguilar with the 2 touchdown runs, and the Mustangs with the lead here on KBEY. It's 103.9. .341 to go here in this first quarter. And so it's going to be kicked it and going to go out of bounds. So 13-0 Mustangs, 3:41 left here in this first quarter. And, Coach, good start for Joaquin here in his senior campaign with 2 nice runs.
Yeah, no doubt, and I think the worst part about the 82-yard run is that he has to turn around and do the extra point, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm sure he's a little bit out of breath from that exhilarating run. But all that being said, the Mustangs up 13-0, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns. That's about as good as you can hope to start.
All right, so the Mustangs back on the field defensively, got off the field, forcing a punt earlier with the 3:41 to go here in this first quarter. And we'll see Crockett back on the field here. So the 82-yard run by Joaquin. Looked like they had him about 10 yards down the field, but then he broke the tackle, and then once he got past that tackle, it was pretty much goodbye for Joaquin.
Yeah, he's got a little speed, you know, and evidently it was enough on that run, right, because he was able to motor for that 82 yards.
3:41 left here in the first quarter, 13-0. Mustangs. Handoff. Pacina's going to take it left side. Maybe gets a couple yards before he's wrapped up after a 3-yard gain, we'll say, at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, brought down with number 12, C.J. Alexander, and 21, Greg Lemon on the play. And so, look, if we hold them to the 3 yards and 2 yards, we're in pretty good shape. Let's turn around and repeat that now.
3:15 to go here in this first quarter, 13-0 Mustangs. As the Crockett Cougars working right to left here. Waning minutes of this opening quarter of the opening matchup. By under center, puts a receiver in motion again, Pacina, and he's hit. He's got nowhere to go. The line getting pushed for the Mustangs, and that's the senior captain, Raul Moran, there for the stop.
Yeah, great job by Raul. He met him, you know, right about the heel line of the offensive lineman, you know, so it's a good job by him for certain.
And they'll say a loss of 1 there. So 3rd down and 8. Crockett huddles with under about 2.5 to play now. All right, so 3rd down. He'll stay under center again. Everybody stays in tight. Puts a man in motion. And again, the Mustangs jump. Second time they've jumped, they see the man go in motion. And when that happens, they go on a hard count, they jump.
Yeah, we cannot respond to the verbal command of the quarterback on his count. And, you know, that being said, again, particularly the defensive linemen, they have got to have their eyes on the football. And, you know, I know I'm certainly they do drills where they just react to the ball moving. And yet we've kind of that's probably the single biggest problem of so far tonight was those 2 penalties.
All right, 13-0 Mustangs. We've got 2:16 to go here in the first quarter. It's a man in motion on 3rd down. And the delayed handoff, and it was so delayed that Salazar got there and knocked him for a loss.
Yeah, I think it's probably a little bit of a busted play, right? But Nufo Salazar and Branson Bunning on the play. Bunning is the will linebacker, and Nufo is a defensive end for us.
About a 3-yard loss, and that'll bring a 4th down and 5 coming up for Crockett. It looks like right now, okay, now the punter comes on late. I didn't see the punter out there, but now he jogs on the field. He'll be standing at the 25. Now, last time he got a really great roll as the play clock continues to move on down here. The game clock at 1:25. Gets off a decent punt, high punt. Fair Kabalagbine at the 32, so better field position for the Mustangs, and they'll have it for the 3rd time. Right now they are 2 for 2 on first downs.
Yeah, good job there by Caden Langbine to come up and field the punt that time, call the fair catch, and so, you know, so far 2 possessions for the Mustangs, 2 TDs, 2 possessions for the Cougars, 2 punts, and so a great start to the 25 season for the Mustangs.
All right, so we'll see Marble Falls run back out there with 1:17 and remaining here in the first quarter. Maddox in the shotgun. You'll have 2 receivers now, 2 tight ends in motion. On 1st down and 10, snap back to Maddox. He wants to throw. Crawford's looking. He's got a nice pocket. Throws downfield. It's high and incomplete. He had his tight end, but Seldom just a little bit. Flores was there. He found a seam in the defense and had nice pocket, but just can't get it to him.
Yeah, just overthrew it a little bit. I know that Jesse Flores, number 8, you know, the intended receiver was wide open, just right in between the safeties and the linebackers, and so about 18 yards deep. Just need to connect on that, but it was good protection, right?
It was great protection. Had plenty of time to scan downfield, and second down and 10. Clock stops with 1:08 to go in the first. Snap back to Maddox, hands off Joaquin. Again, makes a nice move to his left, has a first down to the 45. And that is going to be another first down run, 13 yards for Joaquin, and a first down for the Mustangs at the Marble Falls 45. Under a minute to play now in the first.
You know, I looked down to see because Logan Choppin, number 53, our left guard, just wiped out their defensive lineman there, the nose, and helped to spring that run. And so great job there by Logan.
49 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 3 receivers set. Maddox trying to get everybody lined up here. First down and 10. Play clock down to 15. Still trying to tell his receiver to move to the right a little bit further. That's Dickin. 10 seconds on the play clock. Handoff Joaquin up the middle. And breaks one tackle, but then hits the man the second time and is stonewalled at the 49 after a 4-yard gain. And it'll be second down and 6. And that, will the Mustangs hurry and take another snap? That could be the final snap of the first quarter. Right now they're looking to get one off here with 13 seconds to go. 3 receivers set. Maddox swings it out. Left side, it's caught. Turns upfield, has a block, has the first down. Slung out of bounds. And Crockett territory at the 42. And that would be a gain of 8 yards. And that time, Case Wardle with the catch. Nice catch and run at a first down for the Mustangs. And that'll be the final play of the first quarter. And the Mustangs will have in Crockett territory at the 41 when we come back. Mustangs lead 13-0 on KBEY 103.9. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Caden Langbein, man, he's had 2 good blocks out there.
All right, so the second quarter begins, and the Mustangs are on top 13-0. As they're going right to left, ball sits at the Cougar 41. We're at 13-0. Sorry, the scoreboard, trying to get that to work right now on the video, but it's 13-0 Mustangs on our video stream, dailytrib.com, kbayfm.com. Maddox to throw. He's got a nice pocket again, going to fire downfield for incomplete, and Dickin was his intended receiver, had a couple steps behind the defensive backs and just out of his reach, incomplete. But, again, great protection, and the receiver's getting some separation too.
Yeah, no doubt. He was open, but I think the most encouraging thing right now, he's had good protection, right, and has had time to throw. I know Leverett, Chapa, Molina, Moran, and Hernandez apparently doing a pretty good job up front, you know, to contain their 4-man down front.
That stops the clock with 11:51 to go here in the half. 13-0 Stings. They'll go with 4 receivers set, 3 receivers a bunch to the left. Joaquin's the running back. And did we get a movement? We did on the right. No, we get a timeout. Coach Timmerman calls the timeout. We're going to keep it here. And so Coach Timmerman, again, here in the early going, sometimes you just want to make sure you've got things right, and doesn't like what he saw. He's going to talk it over. Big thanks to our sponsors for bringing you Mustangs football against Austin Crockett, First United Bank, J Bar, Hill Country Collision, Ewald Kubota, and American Standard.
Yeah, Coach Timmerman talking to one of our sophomore offensive guys there. Those sophomores, they're still first varsity game.
And these bright lights.
I think it was probably an alignment issue and everything. We're going to get that worked out, and everything will be fine.
You're mentioning sophomores. I will go ahead and mention the sophomores. We've already mentioned Crawford Maddox several times, and a couple of those receivers, Case Woodle and Braxton Dick, and he was the intended receiver, and he really showed some speed earlier to get a foot on his defender. And the other sophomores, Ryan Vasquez, as well as Landon Campbell and Clayton Thompson. And in my years of doing Marble Falls Mustang football, I'm not sure if I've seen that many sophomores on the varsity.
Yeah, there's several, and on the two deep offensively.
Empty backfield, Crawford Maddox going to run, and he breaks a tackle, dives to the 35. Sorry, Coach, 6-yard run.
Yeah, pardon me. I'm looking at the came back from a timeout pretty
about
quick
sophomores, there. Yeah. All right, so it brings up third down after the scramble. Third down and 4, so we'll say a 6-yard run by Maddox. It's been 2 Joaquin Aguilar touchdown scampers. One was a 2-yard run. One was an 82-yard run. That's where we stand right now. 11:20 and counting. Maddox fakes handoff, throws over to the right. That's going to be off the hands of his intended receiver, Dickin, on the slant. Just can't bring it in, and it brings up a fourth down and 4 for the Mustangs. They'll keep the offense as the ball sits at the Crockett 35.
On those two plays that Crawford has thrown, between 15 and 20 yards, both of them have been just a little bit high. That one, Dickin, he had his hands on it. He's going to have to come down with that, but just a little bit high.
Fourth down and 4. Mustangs going for it at the 35. Handoff. Aguilar breaks one tackle. He's got the 30. The first down. Cuts to his right. He's at the 20. He's at the 15, the 10. He's going to jog into the end zone. Touchdown Mustangs. Joaquin Aguilar. He'll go 32 yards on the scamper on a fourth down. We'll say 35 yards. Don't want to shortchange him. Goes 35 yards, and he finds the end zone for the Mustangs. It broke another tackle at the line of scrimmage, and he already has the hat trick here in the first half.
Well, I think what's significant about Joaquin is I'm not sure that on every single touchdown, 3 touchdowns so far, he's been hit and then still extended the play for a touchdown.
All right, Coach, looked like they were going to go for 2. Now they line up and go into the extra point position. Again, Joaquin Aguilar out of the hold of Maddox. Snap is good. Hold is good. This one is good. And the Mustangs are up 20-0. 20-0 lead for the Mustangs with 11 minutes to go here in the first half. And we're back after this on KBEY 103.9. $20-0 Mustangs, and here comes the kick. And going to go into the end zone. That will be a touchback. That's off the foot of Jace Williams. And so the Crockett Cougars will have it at the 25. You're right, every time Joaquin has scored a touchdown, he's had to break a tackle, and once he breaks that tackle, he's usually gone to the races.
Well, yards after contact are a big deal. And the good news is he's not getting hit at the line of scrimmage either. He may be 3 or 4 or 5 yards downfield, but when you can extend the play beyond, that first hit, then that's a huge advantage for sure.
So we've got a 10:58 to go, 20-0 Mustang lead. Man in motion for Crockett, handoff. Pacina the third, and he's hit maybe 2 yards to the 27. That is all, and a lot of white jerseys there for the Mustangs. See Byfield there.
Yeah, Jameer Rodriguez on the, Jameer Garcia, pardon me on that, in for Moran at nose, made that tackle. And good job, because there we are. We're too deep at that position, and both of those guys have made big plays tonight.
10:30 and counting in this first half. Mustangs leading 20-0. Second down and 8 for the Crockett Cougars. KBEY under center. Pacina the running back again. Man in motion to the right. Got to give it to the right wing, and we've got movement. And that should be a false start against Crockett. He was going to hand it off to Trey Sylvain, but the play is called dead there. And that should be a false start, I believe. It is false start against the Crockett Cougars, coming with 10:13 to go here in this first half.
Yeah, Crockett there running the counter tray, pulling the backside guard and tackle on the play, and just got stopped before it really got started good because of the penalty.
What would you call this, like a version of the slot T with everybody? Now they're moving guys wide out, but earlier with 2 slots and a running back.
Yeah, typically they've got that guy tight.
Now there are 2 receivers split to the one to the right, one to the left. Pacina gets the carry, and this time he's going to get some yardage, gets that lost yardage. A yard back at the 26. That'll be a gain of 6 yards. And it'll bring up about a 3rd down and 8 now with under 10 to play in the half, and the Mustangs are up 20-0.
Yeah, sophomore Olin Dalton with the tackle there. He's in at linebacker right now. And so, doing a good job. He's another one of those sophomores, young kids getting some playing time.
9:28 and counting in this first half. Mustangs up 20-0. Defense looking to get off the field again. 3rd down and 9. KBEY under center. He has 2 receivers to the right. He's thrown once. He's looking to throw again, rolling to his right, and that one's going to be incomplete. He was being chased that time and had to get rid of it. A couple of men on his tail. Flores was one of them. And another one for the Mustangs, Olin Dalton, and it's 4th down. It looks like Crockett's going to have to go ahead and punt it away again.
Yeah, Trey Sylvain was the intended receiver there for the Cougars, and then defended by number 21, Gregory Lemon, for the Mustangs.
Okay, so 9:09 remaining in this first half. All right, so it's going to be 9:09, 20-0. Mustangs lead.
Yeah, the story of this game right now, 3 possessions for the Mustangs, 3 touchdowns, 3 possessions for Crockett.
It's a high snap over the punter's head. He's got to chase it down in the end zone, and he's trying to punt it away, and then he's going to lose it, and the Mustangs jump on it. Touchdown. What a wild play. The Mustangs jump on the loose ball, and that's a touchdown. And let's see who jumped on the loose ball for the Mustangs that time. It was Doak Timmerman who got it, 26-0. So it was snapped over the punter's head. The punter tried to get it, was trying to run with it or throw it, not sure. Then he fumbled it, and Doak Timmerman was there to pick it up, and the Mustangs score.
Yeah, under that circumstance, that punter's got to know, look, just throw the ball out of the back of the end zone, take the 2-point penetration, to give up, and which is a whole lot less detrimental than giving up a touchdown because you fumble the ball.
All right, so here comes the Aguilar extra point try out of the hold of Maddox. That was just a wild play, and we do have a flag on the play. The extra point is through the uprights. And it's going to be, I guess the play wasn't called dead. Maybe it was offsides against Crockett, but they haven't put the point on the scoreboard yet. We'll wait and see what they do here. And it's declined. It was against Crockett, so the extra point stands 27-0 Mustangs. They get a special teams touchdown. Doak Timmerman jumps on the ball. We're back after this on KBEY 103.9. 8:55 to go in the half. Mustangs just get a special teams touchdown. The Jace Williams kick, short at the 20, can be returned. And he's going to be wrapped up, shot at the 25 at about the 23. Mustangs rolling down there that time. Brody Graham was there among others.
Yeah, Jesus Rodriguez also on the hit, and really good coverage. You know, Jace popping that ball up good, and so it gives us a chance to get down and get into the coverage right quick.
Okay, so the Mustangs up 27-0 now. Thank you for listening. KBEYFM.com and dailytrib.com on the video stream. Again, it is 27-0. Working on the scoreboard right now, it does show 0, but it is 27-0 Mustangs on top of the Crockett Cougars. And so we'll have Agbaya under center again. He'll have his Cougars lined up at the 24-yard line. He's got the snap, turn, handoff, and not much going on, maybe a yard or two. That was Roger Chargwall with the carry. They'll give him the 26, so a couple yards there. That's it, 8:28 and counting in the half.
Yeah, Olin Dalton again, and let's see, number 0, Caleb Byfelt on the play. There's a group of Mustangs on that tackle for sure helping out, but Dalton and Byfelt, the initial contact.
All right, so it's going to be second down here. Second down and 8. Agbaya under center again. Everybody in tight this time. Pacina the running back. Pacina with the handoff. Has a bit of a hole, but then it closes quickly. First man there, Jesus Rodriguez, the junior linebacker, wraps him up at about the 29-yard line. And it's going to be a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah, Brody Graham in there helping out too as well. So, you know, right now the good thing, it looks like the defense is doing a good job swarming and getting a lot of white jerseys to the football for sure.
Okay, so 7:25 remaining here in this first half. 27-0 Mustangs. 3 offensive touchdowns in the special teams. Touchdown by Doak Timmerman jumping on a loose ball in the end zone. So under center, Agbaya, the QB. Puts a man in motion to the left, and now he stops and moves back to his right. So he stopped in the backfield, and I'm not sure that's where he's supposed to go. Then he went back to his original spot, and Crockett goes ahead and calls the timeout with 6:55 to go here in this first half. 27-0 Mustangs. We'll go ahead and keep it here, and Crockett trying to figure some things out offensively.
Yeah, once they shifted back, you know, everybody's looking at their wristband, and they just got caught up, you know, with the clock running down. So call a timeout here. Again, better on Crockett's side to not give up the 5-yard penalty. You know, they've got a 3rd and manageable here, and they want to try to preserve that field position a little bit, or that opportunity to 3rd and 5 is a lot better than 3rd and 10.
6:55 remaining in the half. 27-0 Mustangs.
You know, I was watching the Crockett. Crockett goes from a preset position, so the linemen, you know, their hands aren't down, and then the quarterback on a particular command, they snap down, and I think that's probably looked like Caleb kind of responded to that just a moment ago too, and we've jumped off sides a couple times, so we've got to be aware of that. Again, watch the ball. You know, just some fundamental things that's got to be a part of our defense.
All right, so Crockett under center on a 3rd down and 5. Ball sits at the Crockett 28-yard line. Mustangs lead 27-0. Man in motion. Agbaya wants to throw. Going to be a throwback. And trying to find somewhere to go, Pacina. But Pacina chased down by the Mustangs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. The original man there to cause issues, Branson Bunting, a junior. And it'll force a 4th down by Crockett again, 6:35 to go.
Yeah, great job by Branson, and then Nufo Salazar playing the rat, so to speak. And when we say the rat, he's a defensive end, and he plays linebacker too, but a guy that rushes and then comes back in response to a pass being thrown and catches them from behind is what we call the rat, and that was the case for Nufo, which is symbolic of a lot of great effort and heart there as he kept playing.
Okay, so 4th down, punting time. Punter stands at the 15. Gets off a line drive punt. Takes a bit of a Crockett roll inside the 45 in the Mustang territory, and will finally stop at the 41-yard line And the Mustangs will have it for the fourth time this evening. Stops the clock with 5:55 to go in the half. Crawford Maddox will come back on again for the Mustangs. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and then the special teams touchdown.
Yeah, and we've also been another beneficial part of the game so far is field position. We've won the field position battle so far with respect to we're starting at the 40, they're starting at the 20 to 25, and so at the very least that's one additional first down that, in field position that we're getting to start ahead with.
First down and 10. Here is Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. It's a man in motion. Flores the tight end to the right. Long time at the line here. 2 seconds on the play clock. He's got it. Wants to throw. He's looking. Going to fire underneath, and it's incomplete, bobbled, and can't hang on as Jace Williams underneath.
Yeah, that's a good ball by Crawford for sure. And, Jace, the intended receiver there, the thing is, we get our hands on the ball, we got to make sure that we catch it. That's got to be just an expectation, as a receiver.
5:48 to go, Mustangs. As we're going to see Doak Timmerman as the running back. Joaquin get a bit of a breather here. He's had a busy first half. 3 receivers set for the Mustangs. Timmerman to the left of his QB, Maddox. 3 receivers set. Maddox to throw. Has a pocket again, going to throw deep. And it is going to be incomplete, just out of the reach. Oh, so close, Caleb. Or check that, Atreyu Makachek almost had it on the left sideline and can't haul it in. Incomplete, so close, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's a pretty good ball, man. Just that one was just beyond his reach, So here we go. Let's see what we can do. This has probably been our toughest down and distance of the night so far, right? At 3rd and 10.
All right, so we've got the Mustangs with 4 receivers set. Going to roll left. It's going to be incomplete. Logbine had it, but he can't haul it in. It'll be 4th down and 10. So trying to get the passing game going and just a little bit off there on those 3 plays. And it's going to be 4th down. Mustangs going to punt it away for the first time.
Yeah, it's first 3 and out of the night, and so just barely missed on converting. Had a one through our hands there a little bit on first down. So again, just. It's going to come down to execution and catching the ball. That's what we got to make sure we do.
All right, so it's going to be Aguilar standing at the 26-yard line. And he gets off a nice punt, and it's off the return man. Somehow he's able to jump on it at about the 27. Fernando Funes, it went off of him. Looked like the Mustangs were going to be down there, but somehow he was able to hop on it, and he got it out about the 27-yard line for the Cougars.
Yeah, great punt by Joaquin, by the way. I mean, we were punting from our 40-yard line, and Funes tried to field the ball at the 20, so we're talking 40 yards in the air. So good job by Joaquin, and good coverage. Just didn't quite get on top of the muff punt.
All right, so it's going to be Crockett ball at the 26-yard line, 5:19 to go in this first half. Receiver to the left. Now 2 receivers to the left. Agbaya, the QB under center. He's going to turn, hand off. Messina. Again, not much going on up the middle. Maybe a gain of 3 to the 29. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Bob felt on the initial hit there, and Timmerman helping out as well, and along with a couple other Mustangs. 3-yard gain for the Cougars.
27-0 Mustangs.
Going to get introduced to a new rule change here in about 2 minutes.
And what's the new rule change?
Yeah, there's a 2-minute timeout now.
Oh, is there really?
In each half.
I did not know that. Agbaya, the quarterback. He's going to toss it to his running back, Chargois, and he is going to get maybe a couple yards there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, Newfo Alexander, 56, Jameer Garcia, and 33 for the Mustang, Clayton Thompson on the stop. Newfo being a defensive end, Jameer the nose, and then Thompson is the sophomore free safety coming up and filling on the run.
All right, so we've got a 3rd down and 5, 3:55 and counting. And we're going to have let's see here.
Timeout, Crockett.
It's a timeout, Crockett. I believe that's our 3rd and final one with 3:51 to go in the half. Mustangs up 27-0, and we will be back after this on KBEY 103.9. All right, thank you. So 3rd down and 5 and some more movement, this time against Crockett. And it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, a pretty classic case right now. Look, the Mustangs are doing great, playing good defense, good offense. We've had 1 3-and-out out of, 4 offensive possessions, but with 3 TDs to go with that. But the fact is, Crockett has been their own worst enemy in a lot of respects. Not making the tackles on Joaquin when they make that first hit, penalties, or having to call timeouts to avoid penalties. And the second time now they've had a penalty when they've come out of a timeout.
Coaches won't like that when they go in the film room tomorrow morning. 3rd down and 10, 2 receivers to the left. 3:40 and counting here in the second quarter. He wants to throw. He's got a pocket. He's looking. Fires underneath, and it's almost intercepted, but incomplete. The receiver had to play defensive back. Chargois was the defensive back that time, and he had to knock the ball away. Was that almost picked off? Let's see. Was that Brody Graham?
Yeah,
there?
Brody Graham getting his hands. A good coverage. Got underneath the receiver on that, and look, if he makes that catch, he may be, pick 6.
All right, so 3:29 to go, and that'll be 4th down and 10, so punting time. Be interesting to see what Marble Falls decided to do on this next drive. They were practicing passing on the last drive. It's a high snap again. He's got to chase it down, and he's going to try to punt it away. This time he's able to get it away, and then the Mustangs hop on at the 12, or at the 20-yard line, excuse me. Now, that was dangerous, but that was number 12, C.J. Alexander, who jumped on it at the 22-yard line.
Most often C.J. would be advised probably not to do that.
Yeah.
His best response to Coach Turner might be it popped right up, in front of me, and it's a good, easy bounce. But, anyways, Mustangs a beneficiary of bad special teams play by Crockett, starting, 22 yards from the end zone.
3:20 to go here in this first half. 27-0 Mustangs as they're going right to left. The receiver to the right. Meanwhile, they're going to have 1 receiver to the left. Crawford Maddox is now 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. Aguilar to his left. He wants to throw. He's got a pocket again. Fires underneath, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted, knocked down by the linebacker, Adrian Castro, and it's incomplete. Looking for log bind that time.
Yeah, probably. So Marble Falls was running kind of 2 crossing routes because 13 Woodall was coming underneath that, and he was the one that was wide open.
Yeah. All right, so 3:13 to go here in this first half. 27-0 Mustangs. Crawford Maddox going to give to Joaquin. Joaquin up the middle, looking for touchdown number 4. Still going, keeping his legs going inside the 5, down to the 4. Another tough run, and that's going to be 18 yards for Joaquin Aguilar, who already has 3 touchdowns. And it'll be first down and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Matthew Avila there saving the touchdown, for Crockett on the tackle.
3 minutes to go in the half. Crawford Maddox, handoff Aguilar, looking for number 4, falls forward. He got in, touchdown. Joaquin Aguilar takes a defender into the end zone, and the Mustangs now up 33-0 with 2:48 to go here in the half.
Yeah, four touchdowns for Joaquin, right?
Yeah,
in
4
the first
touchdowns.
half, so a great start to his senior season, no doubt. And so out of 5 possessions for the Mustangs, 4 touchdowns.
All right, so here comes the extra point try. Well, now they're lined up. Now they'll go ahead and line up in the, you don't really call that a swinging gate, not sure what you call that formation, but now they'll line up in the kicking formation here. Off the foot of Joaquin, it's on the way. And it is good now, 34-0 Mustangs. We're going to keep it here since we got that 2-minute warning, thanks to Coach Futrals for that heads up.
Yeah, I was going to say I've had a conversation with another coach I used to work with, and and he said they want to call it the 2-minute timeout. He said, but what do we have known it for forever, the 2-minute warning? So whatever we call it, there's going to be at the 2-minute mark, or whatever is that point. If a play is going on during at that time, there'll be a timeout right around 2 minutes.
All right, so 2:48 to go here in the half. Ball teed up at the 40 here.
Yeah, 4 offensive touchdowns, special teams touchdown, and for the Mustangs, and 4 possessions for all ending in punts, and 2 of them being bad snaps for Crockett.
Over the head 2 couple times here. All right, so it's at the 40, teed up. Jace Williams, 2:48 to go. And here comes the kick. 34-0 Mustangs, taking on the bounce at the 8, right to the Crockett Cougar. He's at the 15, still up to about the 20-yard line as he falls forward.
Yeah, number 6 for Crockett, that was Josiah Verver on the return, and then Jesse Flores with the first hit for the Mustangs. Good coverage, anytime you can stop the receiving team inside the 25, you got to say that was good coverage. And so far, that stop made on the 20, the kickoff coverage has been real good for the Mustangs tonight. And the good news is it's always good to practice kickoff coverage, right? That means you're scoring a lot of touchdowns.
All right, so it's going to be Crockett ball at the 20. Agbaye under center. He's tried to pass a couple times this evening. Going to be rolling to his right. He's going to tuck and run, being chased by some Mustangs and taken out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Be a 2-yard gain. Clock is running.
Yeah, C.J. Alexander. C.J. Alexander on the tackle for the Mustangs.
2:34 to go. Ball sits at the 22-yard line.
That was a good pursuit by C.J. because, he ran wide, looked like he might escape, around the corner a little bit, but only gave up 2 yards, so good job.
Cougars huddle up, 34-0 Mustangs. Second down at about 8 here. Agbaye under center, 2:34 remaining in the half. He's got the snap as he puts a man in motion, and we got a movement against Crockett with 2:34 to go. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Second down and 13.
Yeah, field position, penalties, poor special teams play. I think that's the story of the night, along with Joaquin Aguilar, right?
Yes, that is the story, Joaquin, with 4 touchdowns. All right, so the ball sits at the 18, 2:30 and counting now. Mustangs are on top 34-0. KBEY under center here, 2:15 to go. He's got the snap, wants to throw, has time, fires to the right, incomplete, and it'll stop the clock with 2:05, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 2 now.
Yeah, he was under pressure, trying to get that ball off, and number 36, I believe it was, Christian Cervantes Mauricio for the Mustangs with a little pressure.
Sorry, excuse me, 3rd down and 13. And 3rd down and 13 as the clock stops after that incomplete pass. 34-0 Mustangs.
One of the things I see as I look at our defense over the night that we're playing a lot of people on defense, which is good. I mean, so a lot of people getting reps and so therefore getting experience.
That's why these pre-district games are always important. KBEY looking to throw again, and it's a high throw, incomplete, intended for Chargot as receiver. And it'll bring up a 4th down and 13, 1:58. That brings us, do they not call it the 2-minute warning or just 2-minute stoppage?
I think they call it 2-minute timeout.
Okay.
Now look,
first one ever here.
There's going to be a lot of that 2-minute warning talk during the year, or during this first game particularly.
All right, so the Mustangs lead 34-0, 1:58 to go in the half. Back after this on KBEY 103.9.
In the secondary.
All right, so it's 1:58 to go here in the half, and the Mustangs are on top 34-0. It'll be 4th down for the Cougars, and we're at the 2-minute timeout. That is new this year. And so it looks like Cougars will punt it off again. And on a game like this, even though you're up 34-0, you do want to get your players reps, especially a young quarterback, and you try to let them air it out here, see what you can do with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's so important that you still maintain focus and attention to detail, and because your job is to try to get better every single play.
All right, so it's 1:58 to go. It's a high snap again. Punter's got to chase it down. This time he's going to fall on it. That's going to be a safety. 3rd time the punter's had an adventure with the ball going over his head. And it'll be 36-0 Mustangs, 1:51 to go. And so the Mustangs will get the ball here on a free kick.
Yeah, so 5 possessions, 5 punt attempts, and 3 of those with bad snaps. And so I guess the guy who's going to get the most coaching at halftime is going to probably be the deep snapper, right?
Yes. Yeah. With 1:51 to go here in the second quarter. And I don't know if I've ever seen 3 snaps like that before, Coach.
I regret to say that I might have, and I was probably the deep snap coach. But, no, I think what's going to be real important here, they're going to be doing the free kick from the 20, so you've got automatically an extra 20 yards of field position, right? We've got 1:51 left. Marble Falls is going to be the beneficiary of getting the extra possession in the half. I mean, they're going to end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be their 7th possession, and to Crockett's 5 because of miscues.
Here comes a free kick. Going to be a punt. Going to go about 15 yards and fair caught at the 36. So the Mustangs have great field position. That was Olin Dalton, who's just a sophomore, calling for the fair catch. And he's been good on the return for the Mustangs. First the onside kick and there.
Yeah, no doubt. And look, that's what you want out of a sophomore, young, inexperienced guy like that, to have his wits about him. He's made 2 good plays. He calls a fair catch. and just to have that awareness is really speaks to his maturity.
All right, so 1:51 to go in the half. Mustangs up 36-0. They would love to get another score here. Now Crockett will get the ball to start the second half here. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. Aguilar to his right. 3 receiver set. Man in motion to the left. That's going to be Noah Ortiz. Now Aguilar moves out of the backfield. Maddox to throw, swings it out. It's caught. He's got some room. That's Woodall, and he's going to be tripped up at the 30s. He shows some quickness. He'll get 6 yards there as he turned it upfield and got tripped up.
Yeah, and good thing for the guy who made the tackle for Crockett, because otherwise he's probably going all the way for a touchdown.
All right, so got a man down for Crockett here with 1:36 to go. So they'll go ahead and take a look at him. And Mustangs continue to stay on top 36-0.
Yeah, I misspoke a while ago. It was not 7 possessions, but because we did get the one special teams possession, our special teams touchdown. So, but again, you always want, when you receive that kick in the half, it's to your advantage. Of course, that might be the difference in you getting that extra possession in the half, assuming no turnovers.
1:36 to go here in this first half. Again, timeout on the field here for Crockett Cougar. It is a little humid out there on a warm night. Tell you, Coach, I'm definitely looking forward to that cooler weather this weekend. Are you?
Look, I'd get in trouble if I said otherwise, right?
Yeah.
I like the hot weather because it keeps our pool warmer at the house. Extends our swimming season. That's probably not the notion everybody else would opt for, though.
You like the warm weather.
Well,
you got one guy in here that likes the cold, the cameraman, and you like the warm. All right. So second down and 5 after the official timeout. Got the QB, Crawford Maddox. Aguilar's to his left. Puts a man in motion. That's Woodall. The sophomore receiver. Crawford has a snap, has a pocket, slings it out to Woodall. He's got it, turns upfield, and he's wrapped up at the 28-yard line. And that'll be a gain of about 2. Third down and 2 coming up. Clock stops with 1:13 to go.
Yeah, good execution there. The pass and catch, get out of bounds. And I say stop the clock, but I guess they hit us just inside of the boundary.
They had to stop for a minute. 1:05 to go, for a second, I should say. 4 receivers set on third down and short. Maddox to throw, has another pocket thrown for the end zone, and that's going to be caught. Touchdown in the corner. Braxton Dicken, a sophomore. That's sophomore to sophomore, and he threw it in stride. And what a nice connection between the 2 sophomores. That's Dicken, the receiver, getting his from his QB, Crawford Maddox.
Yeah, that was a great pass by Crawford. He had some air under the ball. Dicken ran under it just right, 28-yard touchdown pass. And, of course, Crawford's back 7, 8, 9 yards, right? So really a nice ball by Maddox.
Wow, now that really shows his talent there. And if you're a Mustang fan, seeing 2 sophomores connect like that, with thrown over the shoulder to Dicken, you got to really feel good about the next 3 years.
Well, and the 2 passes to Woodall, who is also a sophomore. So that whole series right there, everybody that handled the ball was a sophomore.
Aguilar's extra point tries up, and that one is going to be good. 49 seconds to go. And the Mustangs are now up 43-0, and we'll be back after this on KBEY 103.9. .49 seconds to go here in this first half. Mustangs just score 43-0, 28-yard strike. Crawford Maddox finds his receiver, Dicken, the 2 sophomores, and as you mentioned, also seeing the other sophomore receiver, Case Woodall, get involved. So about a 40-yard drive there. And no Coach Timmerman has to be happy to see that passing game getting going on that drive.
Yeah, no doubt. And, I mean, it was a quick score, and I'm just thinking during the timeout, we haven't given up any big plays, and, of course, they've given up several, right? And so explosive plays can always be monumental.
Jace Williams kicks it off, returned at the 8, the 10, the 20, the 30, the 35 before he's hit at the 36, and that'll be a return of about 35 yards. Josiah Verver, that'll be a nice return and a good play for the Crockett Cougars, stopping the clock with 17 seconds.
Yeah, best play of the night for them so far, right?
Yeah,
and so,
for sure.
And consequently, their best field possession of the night, they may run into a circumstance where 17 seconds going to half, there's not much time to do anything with it.
All right, so 17 seconds to go, 43-0 Mustangs. You're talking about the passing game. A couple drives before you saw Coach Timmerman trying to get it going, and they were so close to connecting a few times on that on those 3 tries, and that time they were able to get some things working for them. So final couple plays here. Agbaye under center, 2 receivers to the right. First down and 10, ball sits at the Crockett 36. He is going to throw. Throws out to the right. It's caught, turns upfield, and he slips. And he goes down his knee, touched at the 37. They can't stop the clock as they had no timeout. Chargot, the receiver with the catch, and that'll be the last play of the first half. And so here at Burger Stadium on a Thursday night, Mustangs are up 43-0 on top of the Crockett Cougars.
Yeah, great first half, right? And finish off right there, the last play of the half, good coverage by Brody Graham. So a lot to be encouraged by. Now the whole deal is going to be about focusing and, look, this is the first ball game of the year. Your job, without regard to the opponent and all that, it's not about running up scores and all that kind of business, but rather it's just you got to continue to execute. You got to try to get better every play still.
All right, so the Mustangs here are up 43-0 at the half, and we'll be back after this on KBEY 103.9.
I'm not on the list.
Our friend and boss, he says, thank the Lord I'm not doing a shot every time Kyle says Joaquin.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I saw it. Sorry, Roy. I'm here. No, yeah, that's true. Ben Shields and Kyle Future back at Mustang Stadium, and the Mustangs lead 43-0. And so the first half for the Mustangs going according to plan. Joaquin Aguilar, he had his 4 touchdown runs, and then good to see Maddox get in the act and get a touchdown pass. Crawford Maddox with a great throw, threw it to Braxton Dickin in stride over his shoulder. And that's where we stand right now. Also a special teams touchdown for the Mustangs, a safety as well. Crockett's had 3 snaps go over the head.
Yeah, caught off guard there. It looks like we might have been on the air some, but nonetheless, got friends listening from all over the country, right? So
yeah,
Mustang football reaches far and wide.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It does. All right, so the Mustangs will go ahead and be in the locker room. They'll be kicking off to start the second half. It'll be Crockett to get the ball. And it's 43-0. Mustangs in front. And got the Starlets performing for the crowd here. The Mustang Band under the eye of Anthony Leflip performing for the crowd here at Burger Stadium. All right, Coach. So that second half, as a coach, what do you hope for in that second half in a ball game where it's 43-0?
Look, the job's no different. And look, forget about the score and all of that. And this isn't about, because guess what? The defense or Crockett has responsibility towards this too, right? But the bottom line is the first game of the year, the most important thing is you to play as many snaps and as good as you possibly can. And look, it does represent an opportunity maybe to play some backups too, for sure. But everybody's job this early in the season is to try to execute, to play well, and that's what's so important.
All right. So, again, thank you for joining us this evening here on KBEY 103.9 and also watching the video stream at kbeyfm.com and dailytrib.com. Score is 43-0. Mustangs in front of the Crockett Cougars. And, again, the award-winning Marble Falls Mustang Marching Band on the field. And always love it when you get player. You got a couple football players out there for the band. You got Tyler Leverett and Greg Lemon performing for the Mustangs. So they get to perform on the field, go get a breather for a minute or two in the locker room, then come back out for the second half. All right, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll have more from Burger Stadium. It's KBEY 103.9. It's halftime at Burger Stadium, and the Mustangs lead 43-0. Ben Shields and Coach Kyle Futrell with you. And the Mustang band wrapping up their performance here. Well, they're still on the field, so not quite wrapped up here. Still have some things to do here. But, again, thank you for joining us. Now, Coach, next week going to be against Jarrell, and that'll be a home game. I believe it's homecoming as well, early homecoming game for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it's home.
Be the home opener.
Yeah, that's right, homecoming as well. And, that being the case, there'll be all kinds of events going on next week. I think a parade as early as, early in the week.
Oh, wow.
And stuff. But, it's a fun time. And certainly, we played Jarrell really tough last year, right? And you and I both remember that – I think
that was a tough one on the road.
I think our response was he's short, and then, almost mysteriously he was ruled a first down, on that fourth down play by Jarrell. Then we had a chance to go score, maybe to win. But, look, it's what's so cool, and I was reminded this morning when I was up at the high school campus that, this is way more than just the football team for sure, because we've got a bunch of kids out there performing right now in the band and so it's a school-wide event.
Yeah, it is, definitely is, and that's what you gotta love about football, Friday night football or football in Texas is that not just a school event but a community-wide event as well, and seeing everybody come together and wear their school colors and take pride, decorate their businesses and whatnot, and go to games. It's really neat to see.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's important to the community. I know as we get ready to host our first game next week, we've got 55 platinum sponsors to the Marble Falls Athletic Booster Club,
Wow.
which is more than I'm aware of in all these years. This is my 42nd year of Mustang football in some capacity, and that being the case, there's a lot of community support, and we all appreciate that. That's for sure.
Being around, you talk about 40 years, and you've seen a lot of change, and going to see more change coming up with the recent passing of the bond last year. And I was talking with Coach Timmerman over the summer. He came in and just did, talked about their upcoming midnight practice, and he did talk about how the summer was busy for him, getting everything ready, starting to make plans and the staging plans for the indoor facility and the new baseball field that's coming thanks to the bond election.
Yeah, no doubt, and that's a reflection of supporting the community. And look, the best activity, all these co-curricular activities we have are what reinforce all that, the classroom stuff, right? And so it's important that these kids, this is how they expand their views and can be a part of something more than just the class time, and this is what lends itself to them being more successful.
All right, so the Mustang Band finishes up here, and as they perform for the crowd here at Burger Stadium, it is 43-0 Mustangs on top of the Crockett Cougars. Coach, thank you for doing this. I know you're busy, always have a lot of things, and do appreciate taking the time to do a couple games a year with us.
Yeah, it's fun to do, to get out here and it forces me to really pay more attention and not just talk to whoever I'm sitting by, right? And so it's a lot of fun. And again, I think it is important. I look down through this roster, and there are several kids playing that either I taught or coached their parents.
Wow.
As they were going through school here. And so that's, heck, that's just makes you feel good and it's fun to be a part of.
All right, so again, we're at the half at Burger Stadium, and the Mustangs on top 43-0. And we thank you for being here this evening. And Kevin Verdell, one of those players that you coached when you were with Marble Falls, he'll be in the booth with me next Friday night.
Yeah, Kevin, he's, and of course, being a board member too, so Kevin's one that's really heavily invested in the school and the activities of our kids, and so credit to him and for all the time that he gives to the school district for sure.
I want to thank our sponsors for bringing you Mustangs football. Big thanks to First United Bank, J Bar, Hill Country Collision, Ewald Kubota, and American Standard. So thank you to them for bringing you Marble Falls football here on KBEY 103.9. Also, thank you for watching online. It is 43-0. We do have some scoreboard issues, so if you see it there, it says 14-0. Well, it's actually 43-0, trying to get that figured out for you. But the Mustangs on top, 43-0 here at the half, and the Cougars will get the ball to start the second half. All right, so again, a big thanks to Kirk Nowaker for making the drive up here with us this evening. So it's Mustangs football here on KBEY 103.9. Thank you. At the half, it's 43-0 Mustangs on top of the Crockett Cougars, and Ben Shields and Kyle Future with you, bringing you the action. And thanks to Patrick Hinson, the Marble Falls High School principal, for stopping by. He did the PA for the band, so I said, come swing by and talk with us for a second. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great, Ben. I love the opportunity. Thanks for giving me a chance to put on the headset a little bit.
Yes, how's the first few weeks of school going at the high school?
I don't know that I could have scripted a better start to the school year. Our kids are amazing. Our staff's doing a great job. You know, we had some hesitations coming in with some of the rule changes the state has put out there with the cell phones and stuff. But I tell you what, our kids have risen to the challenge. And I tell you, our hallways and our classrooms and our lunches, and I call it refreshing. And so our kids have just done a great job and off to a good start to the school year. It's been great.
Do they seem more engaged with that new rule?
Totally more engaged. Every classroom I've been in has been a lot of back and forth with the teacher in a good way. Hallways are nice and chirpy and loud. I don't mind that at all because the kids are talking to each other. And it just hasn't been a real big issue. I mean, it's been really good. But that's just one part to a great start. You know, volleyball's been off to a good start. Cross country's off to a good start. Tennis is off to a good start. Football looks good tonight. You know, a lot of those things make a difference in the start of a school year. And so it's just been really good, really good.
Just talking with Kyle about, I was talking with Coach Timmerman during the summer, and he was talking about he had a busy summer getting ready, you know, doing all the work on the stuff coming from the bond. Have you been having to do a lot of stuff with that?
Yeah, you know, we've had quite a bit of meetings. I was on the original committee meeting with some of that, both the community group and just our kind of a small group is kind of working some of the logistics out on that. So that's been exciting. A lot of changes, not just from the athletic side of things, but we got some CTE classrooms coming in. We've got some renovations to our band hall that's going to happen, well, a new band hall in the PE gym. Auditorium's going to get some renovations on it. You know, there's just a lot of things that are going to be happening on our campus over the next 3 to 5 years with that bond that's going to make it even more of an exciting place and more student-friendly, I guess you could say.
You talk about CTE. What are some of the things coming that way?
You know, we haven't made a complete decision on exactly what those classrooms are going to be on all three of them. We are going to put a new welding group in there, and so we're going to have some new welding bays and new welding classroom. Basically, that's one of our strongest programs, and we're just running out of space on that. And so, for safety's sake, and just, I mean, we got some great kids coming out of that program, so that's going to be that. Another one is kind of a floral design, kind of a classroom that we can use. Our floral design is one of our biggest programs as well. Miss Crane, our teacher who's taken that program over this year, is doing amazing things with that. And that third one's kind of up in the air. We're going to get some community input on that and kind of see what it is. There's been a lot of talk about some of those things, anything from cosmetology to some robotics to some other things. And so we've got a robotics program right now. So we're going to get some community input on that and kind of make a decision on that.
All right, so it sounds like there's a lot of big things happening. And what else are you looking forward to this year?
Oh, you know, we're just a lot of things. Like I said, we got a great student body, a great senior class. It's really rallied around some of the things we're trying to do, working on our UIL academics teams, and so we've got a lot of interest in that to try to get that program back up and going. And again, just really focused on the student experience and the community experience that we have. You know, one of the things we've been talking about in the last couple of days is that Battle of the Cans that we're going to have with Burnett again. And so I know we come in and talk to you guys about that at some point, but that's just a way for us to help our community. And so we're looking forward to that piece too. Just a lot of good things happening at Marble Falls.
Talk with Marble Falls High School Principal Patrick Hinson. And what do you think about tonight's ball game so far?
You know, the kids have stepped up. We got a lot of young kids playing some key spots there, not just at quarterback. Obviously, the obvious is Crawford Maddox, but we got some kids out there that are doing some good things and executing what I know Timmerman's been working on, and Craven and Silva have been working on the defensive side of things. So it's good to see them have some success here early in the season. And then that band. I mean, the band's been working hard, and they're putting together, coming off a state run last year, and so we're hoping to make it back to state with band. And so seeing them out there was good, and getting to see some of that first movement that they had. And but yeah, the football team's looking solid. I like what they're doing, and it's all about execution at this point in the year. You know, they don't matter to a district. I know that we want to win them all, obviously, but you're trying to get better and better every week. Coach Timmerman talked about it this morning at our Breakfast of Champions, go 1-0. And so we talked about that a lot this morning, so I think they've done that pretty well today.
Now, next week's going to be busy with homecoming.
yeah, homecoming's there. You know, Labor Day weekend, we put it on that Gerald game. I don't think we even paid any attention that we had Labor Day on Monday, and that's partly our fault. But we're going to have the parade on Monday. We're going to have it out there on Mustang Drive. We couldn't really get it downtown with the holiday and everything. We're going to take it back downtown next year. But Mustang Drive, we're going to have that on Monday starting at 6:30, and then the pep rally in the stadium. and then we're going to hopefully have a bonfire if all the weather holds out like we hope it does. We'll have a bonfire there on campus. We haven't had that in a few years. And then your normal week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with all the theme days and the homecoming court and all that stuff, and then the big festivities on Friday night. So we invite everybody to come out and really take in that game and get to see the new look Mustangs this year and get to see the product that we're putting on the field. Jarrell will be a tough opponent, but I feel good about it.
All right, so there'll be 2 back-to-back home games. Atlanta coming the next week. All right, Patrick Henson, thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Thank you, Mr. Shields. I'll give it back over to here, Kyle Futrell, the professional, to do all this things.
Appreciate both of y'all. Thank you for coming in. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Marble Falls High School principal Patrick Henson, thanks to him. And all right, so we're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll talk some more. It's 43-0. Mustangs on top. It's KBEY 103.9. All right. It's KBEY 103.9 at the half. Mustangs lead 43-0. And I want to bring on our cameraman tonight, Kirk Nowaker. And, well, Kirk, how you doing? Enjoying the game so far?
There's a lot to enjoy. 43-0. What a great start to the year.
Yeah, it is. It is. So, and now speaking of Mustangs, or ponies, I think is what it's called, you get to experience it this year because you got a son going into 7th grade. And so he gets to do middle school football this year. How excited is he?
Very first year of contact football, and of course as a proud father, and he loves it, and I'm looking forward to seeing him on this field in the years ahead. But he's absolutely loving it, Ben. He loves the contact part. I've asked him if he's blown anybody up on the field, and he says he has. And then I asked if he's gotten blown up himself, and he says he has. So it sounds like things are going pretty good.
Offensive, defensive lineman, it sounds like, in the making.
The boy's a center and a nose tackle, and he's a big fella. He's a Nowaker, and so no, he's fitting in well. I work with him on the snaps at home and try to get a little oomph on those snaps and get him to really learn that once that ball leaves his hand to explode. And so far so good. It's really exciting, Ben. I'm enjoying it. Of course, all of us parents that are out here and that are over in Marble Falls with the younger kids playing football. It's a lot of fun. We're super proud of our kids.
I know you saw a couple middle school coaches and said, "Hey, my son plays." And they knew your kid.
They did, and I was wondering if they would even know the name. And as soon as I said it, he's like, "Yeah, he's a center." And I said, "Well, look, when I was playing football, I was a center and nose tackle, and I'm excited that he's doing the same thing." So yeah, it's great when the coaches know who he is. For the good reasons, of course, not for the bad reasons.
That's right. Well, that's awesome. Well, Kirk, thank you for doing some of the video with us this year on the road. Thank you.
Absolutely love it. I look, this is game one for me too, so I'm doing my very best with that camera. But this is a great setup here in Austin, so I'm looking forward to a good year.
Yeah, an old field, but they've done some updates to it, and you got the skyline in the background. It's pretty cool.
I've been trying to capture that periodically here this evening.
It's tough in the dark now. I can see some lights in the distance. All right, thanks, Kurt.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so it's 43-0 Mustangs in front of the Crockett Cougars, and we'll be back with more on KBEY 103.9. Ben Shields and Kirk Noaker and Kyle Future with you here at Burger Stadium in Austin, and we're just getting closer and closer to the second half here. Third, 43-0 Mustangs on top of the Crockett Cougars. And all right, Coach, so getting closer to that second half, it'll be the defense looking to set the tone here.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, as I look down and kind of take notes here, certainly to our advantage, field position, we haven't hurt ourselves. The penalties they have, poor special teams play on their part has been to our great advantage. We haven't given up any explosive plays, and quite frankly, I mean, those are the things that, can – and we've got explosive plays. So those are big difference makers for sure. I think our execution has been pretty good. The single biggest thing I would say is, man, I just hope we'd catch the ball a little bit cleaner. We get our hands on it, and I hope that our receivers are such that, their mentality is if I touch it, I hold it, I keep it. And if I can touch it, I can catch it. So that being said, lights go out on me here, and now I got to turn on my phone to get some light on my notes, right? And I think the other thing, too, that protection for our quarterback, for Maddox, has been good. It's probably even more important than ever tonight just because of his youth, being a sophomore. So the fact that he's been able to stand back there and throw like he has been a big thing, too.
And you're right. I mean, I don't think he's been touched or even been close to being touched this evening due to the great offensive line, the protection they've given him, and also, too, even that drive where they had 3 completions in a row, they were so close to being able to complete those passes, and then you saw it finally come to fruition on that one touchdown pass to Woodall, his other sophomore teammate. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Timmerman will want to do some more passing here in the second half, just because this is the time to do it here in these pre-district games.
Yeah, well, no doubt. I mean, it's so important for us we've got to work to improve this half and just make our execution as clean and crisp as we can, and we have the luxury of not of this lead, of course, but so oftentimes kids can kind of lose a degree of focus, right? And that'll be kind of a big sign for us this half to see how clean we play.
All right, so here come the Mustangs back on for the second half, getting ready. And it is 43-0 Mustangs on top of the Crockett Cougars. And decent crowd on hand this evening. Tough to make it out on a Thursday evening. And although I didn't feel like the traffic was too bad coming in this evening, even through Bee Cave.
Yeah, no, well, and, any more these days there to Y, as soon as you make that left-hand turn, you're on the freeway.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and that was nice as well. Coach, Mr. Henson and I had dinner together and rode down together, and so it was good to get to visit with him. And look, we are so fortunate to have him leading our campus there at the high school. And, I tell you what, he knows kids, can call kids by name. As I was walking to the building today with him, he's calling all these kids by name, and you can just tell there's a connection that they have, a relationship that he has with the students on that campus. And look, that's where it all starts, okay? The kids want to know that those adults on campus care about them, and I saw that among the staff today for sure.
You can tell he really genuinely likes what he does, loves what he does. I think that is a better word for it.
Yeah, there's no question about that. And, again, look, we talk. How often do we talk about leadership, right? Whether it be on the football team, whether it be at the campus level, or what. Everything goes better with great leadership, and I think he's a part of that, and along with the other members of our administration, and then certainly within this team, it's so important that the captains, they're elected by their peers, and then there's a leadership council, and so all of those things are really important, and they're the behind-the-scene things that people don't see beyond just the X's and O's and drawing up plays on the board, right?
All right, so 43-0, Marble Falls on top of the Cougars, and Ball going to be teed up. Jace Williams has it at the 40-yard line as they'll be kicking off right to left here to get this second half underway. Let's go ahead and play an ID real quick, Roy, back at the studio. Here's an ID. All right, so it is time to get the second half underway. Up 43-0 are the Mustangs at Burger Stadium. Here we go. Kick is up, and it's going to be returnable from the 10. He's at the 15, and he breaks one tackle and is hit at the 6, and he'll go down. Again, with the turn is going to be Josiah Verver, and so the Cougars at the 16.
Yeah, brought down there by number 4, Doak Timmerman for the Mustangs. A great coverage once again because of great coverage. They start their possession at the 16-yard line. So good job by the kickoff team tonight.
Okay, so the Mustangs defense back on the field. 11:50 to go here in this third quarter. 43-0 Mustangs. Crockett working left to right here. There's a Bobo, the QB under center. Puts a man in motion to the left. Gives the handoff to one of the slots, and he'll get a couple yards. And to about the 20-yard line, that is all. So about a 2-yard gain there that time with the carry, Peter Kobos.
Yeah, and tackled by Branson Bunning or Will Linebacker just then. And so right there, I mean, everything's going well tonight, right? But they're going to watch on film, and they're going to see people's alignment and what have you. Almost got too far upfield there. He made a good play making the tackle, but there will be plenty of things to work on following this game.
All right, so going to be a handoff up the middle to the 28-yard line, and they'll get the first down on the run, biggest run of the night, and that's going to be Pacina the third.
Yeah, Branson Bunning on the tackle just then, and if I'm not mistaken, that might have been the first down of the night, for Crockett.
All right.
Okay, second first down, but hey, Mustang defense has really played well tonight.
All right, so it's under center. Going to be at the QB. On first down and 10, he's under center. Puts a man in motion. Gives it to him, trying to find the outside. Gets away from the tackle. Can't get away from the second. C.J. Alexander brings him down. Again, Peter Kobos with the carry. And he will get about 2 yards to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, good job by C.J. For sure, coming from his corner position to force on the run. And so those guys are not just about pass defense. They're very much important with the run game as well. I think we know from the first half they threw no more than 3 or 4 times, so we're going to need to definitely be able to stop the run.
All right, so going to be a handoff left side, gets another yard to the 31. That is all.
Yeah, Jesus Rodriguez, number 24 right there with the first hit. And then again, the other thing about the Mustang defense tonight has been good pursuit and a lot of people getting to the ball carrier to help finish them off.
All right, so third down and 4 here, or third down and 7, excuse me. And it's going to be 43-0 Mustangs. Going to be a handoff. Turns it upfield. He's at the 34-yard line, the 35. That's Kobos again, and he'll be about 3 yards shy. It'll be a fourth down here.
Yeah, number 33 for the Mustangs, Clayton Thompson, one of our sophomores there, making the play. So now 4th and 3. Good chance for the Mustangs to get off the field to defend this first down attempt by Crockett.
8.5 to go. in the third quarter, 43-0. Fourth down coming up, and Cougar is going to go for it here. Nothing to lose here, down 43-0 in the third.
Well, they've had 3 bad punt snaps in a row, right? So,
yeah. Gabolio under center on fourth down, puts a man in motion. Handoff, Pacina up the middle, and the second effort gets the first down. He broke a tackle, and that got him the first down at the 40, and one of their nicest drives so far. Gets 5 yards and a first down, second one of the drive.
Yeah, Doak Timmerman, Nufo Salazar with the hit, and but yeah, they ran right at the Mustangs that time and managed to get the first down.
7:45 and counting. Crockett working left to right here. Gabolio under center. He's got 2 slots. On first down and 10, puts that man in motion. Gives it to Pacina again, and another tough running. He'll take the pile forward. Right now it's just 4 or 5 yards a carry. We'll give Pacina 5 there. Pacina the third with another tough run.
Yeah, number 10, 21, and 56 for the Mustangs. So that'd be Noah Ortiz, Gregory Lemon, and Jameer Garcia. You know, I tell you what, Jameer Garcia's had a pretty good game. We've said his name several times tonight, playing the nose position for the Mustangs.
So 43-0 our score. Gabolio under center. It's a man in motion. Going to call his own number this time, trying to find the edge, and another nice tackle by the sophomore linebacker getting out there to push him, and that's going to be Olin Dalton. And check that, that was number 24, Jesus Rodriguez, who got there and pushed him out, and it'll be third down and 7.
Yeah, and Doak Timmerman a part of that too, and so good play there. Again, trying to defend the sticks, right, and put them in a position where they got to punt the ball.
Ball sits at the Crockett 43-yard line. 6:18 and counting here in the third quarter. Crockett taking almost 6 minutes off of here on this drive. On third down and 7. Imagine they're going to be 4-down territory. Timeout called by Crockett. They want to talk things over. That'll come with 6:06 to go in this third quarter. We're going to keep it here. So a third down and 7, and Crockett trying to see if they can get into Mustangs territory on this drive.
Well, you know, the Crockett kids went in at halftime and got coached too, right? And so probably the single biggest thing about Crockett is they're not killing themselves with mistakes right now. And so they can have a degree of success against the Mustang defense. Kind of running right at us a little bit. I think we've defended the edge a little bit better than we have maybe just right at us. But still, look, they've used 6 minutes of the clock, right, almost, and they've moved
first downs
and still not made it to the 50.
Yes.
So it's, Mustang defense not doing too bad.
Just control football here for Crockett. 2 receivers to the left. Gabolio is going to throw this time. 3-step drop. Has time. Fires downfield. Incomplete. Good coverage. C.J. Alexander on the receiver that time, and it'll be 4th down and 7. Jeremiah Hernandez was the intended receiver. Check that. Yeah, it was Hernandez. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's correct. And, good coverage there. And, you know, I think maybe one of the things that stood out most to me watching that first scrimmage with Lago Vista was that we just gave up some big pass plays a little bit, but tonight have defended that really well.
5:57 remaining in the third quarter. 43-0 Mustangs, and they're going to go ahead and punt the ball here. Crockett will on a 4th down and 7. Mustangs will have it for the first time. It's a low snap, and now he's going to chase it, and he's going to pick it up. Will he try to kick it? No, this time he's going to try to run it, so this should give the Mustangs great field position. He's hit hard at the 29. He'll go down, and Mustangs will have great field position. Noah Ortiz laid the hit, and Marble Falls will have it at the 29, and it has been name your adventure for the punt team for Crockett this evening.
You know, in that particular case, he tried to punt it a while ago with people all around him. That time he had a little space to maybe kick it on the run, but for the ones that have gone over his head now, they dribbled that one back on the ground, and so consequently the single biggest thing Crockett's got to work on, you know, come Monday is punt game, right?
Yeah, the snap right now has been tough for the Cougars, and here comes the sophomore. Crawford Maddox on the field. 5 receivers set for the Mustangs. Looking to work on the passing game here. Maddox has the shotgun snap. He looks right. And it's caught. Joaquin's going to turn upfield. Cuts to his left. Breaks one tackle near the chains. And depending upon the spot, I think he's going to be marked about a yard shot at the 20. That's a 9-yard gain. Another tough run after the catch.
Yeah, he took a hard hit there, and anyway, he's down on the ground right now.
He's at the 20, taking a look at him with 43-0 Mustangs and 5:24 to go. See if he gets a breather, and he looks like he's going to be okay. Ball sits at the 20.
It looked like his helmet came off more than anything, and so he'd have to leave the game for one play at any rate. But Doak Timmerman in to take his spot. Opportunity for Doak, right?
Doak changes number this year. He's number 4. It'll be 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One of the receivers to the right, Braxton Dickin, who has a touchdown catch this evening over his shoulder, 28 yards. Second down, he wants to throw. Maddox looking, steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. First down to 15, goes down at the 12. That'll be good enough for the 8-yard run and a first down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good job there because he got a little pressure from his right side there in his face, and so he just pulled the ball down and took the yardage, got the first down, and so a new set of downs for the Mustangs.
4:39 to go in this third quarter. 2 receivers set to the left, 1 to the right. And the shotgun Maddox with Doak Timmerman flanking him to his right on first down and 10. He's got the snap. Give to Doak. Doak breaks one tackle, still going, cuts to his left, still up the 45 or the 5, lowers his shoulder, and finally brought down at the 4. But that was a tough run for Doak Timmerman. 8 yards on the carry, and it'll be second down and 2.
Yeah, my exact thought because certainly yards after contact and he was hard to bring down. I mean, he was delivering blows himself, right?
He definitely was. And that was a hard run for Doak Timmerman that time. Under 4 to go in the third. Third quarter is the fastest quarter by far of this ball game.
I think he's probably wanted to make an impression on the head coach, right?
Yeah.
I need to run the ball
That's
maybe a little bit, right?
Give me the rock. It's going to be second down and goal second down and 2 at the 4. Rolls to his left, wants a throw in the end zone, incomplete. Flores, the tight end, was open, just can't haul it in, and it's going to be third down and 2 at the 4.
Yeah, it's a really good presence by Maddox, to find the open man. And, again, I think without question, the thing that we've got to maybe shore up as much as anything is just being a little bit cleaner with the catch.
Definitely some lot to work with there, though. They should feel pretty good that, as the season goes along, something that can come together. Jace Williams will be the running back for the first time. Mustangs want to talk it over. They call the timeout, 3:28 to go. And the third quarter, Mustangs in front, 43-0. Do want to thank our sponsors. Let's take this time to thank our broadcast sponsors this year. First United Bank, J-Bar, Hill Country Collision, Ewald Kubota, and American Standard. So 3:28 to go in this third, 43-0.
Yeah, I think facing third and short right here, definitely, got 2 downs to get the first. Should we need that? I think what I'm going to be interested in seeing is can our offensive line be physical and push the line of scrimmage forward, and we get the first down by being physical.
And I'm sure that's what they're talking about right now on third down and 2. This is where you want to see your offensive line get that push. The pass blocking has been really good by the OL this evening.
Yeah, I think overall the execution has been pretty good there, and certainly in the passing game, he's had time to throw and hadn't been under any particular duress. Tyler Leverett, Logan Chapa, David Molina, Raul Moran.
Doak Timmerman running off the field and walking. Who's checking in? That's not walking. Is that Graham? That is Brody Graham coming in. He'll come in at the last second. He'll be a running back here. First time he'll be the running back.
See if he can do what his dad used to do.
Third down and 2. Going to hand off to Graham. Is that it? He's going to be hit just shot, but he does get the first down, gets the one, so 3 yards, and gets the first down and goal.
Yeah, good job there by Brody coming in and to get that first down and took a pretty good hit, but he was motoring right, just short of the goal line.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. 43-0 Mustangs looking to tack on more here with the first down and goal at the one. They're threatening. They'll take their time, though, as the clock is now under 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Lupo Salazar is the one back now there beside Maddox.
Salazar gets the carry, and he's going to be hit. 3 Cougars there to bring him down. Leading the charge that time for the Cougars going to be Hernandez, the linebacker. And matter of fact, he'll be dropped for a 2-yard loss back at the 3. So second down and goal at the 3. 2.5 to go. Doak Timmerman checks back in as the running back. Ogbine's the receiver to the left. Wordle's going to be the receiver to the right. Along with his fellow sophomore Braxton Dickin. Tight end, Jesse Flores, right side. 2 minutes, about just outside of 2 minutes to go in the third. Second down and goal at the 3. Maddox in the shotgun to throw. He's got plenty of time. Looks left. He's going to tuck and run, and he breaks a tackle, and he'll be hit at the 4-yard line, loses a yard. And it'll be third down and goal at the 4.
You know, I would say credit to Crockett because they've come out in the second half and they're playing, trying to get better because, look, they've got a long season ahead of them too, and so consequently, it's just incumbent upon both teams to try to come and execute the very best they can, and certainly Crockett's playing better in this half and making us try to earn it.
Third down and goal at the 4. Going to be 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Mustangs will love to punch it in here. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun. It's a man in motion. That's going to be Dickin. He's trying to find the edge on the jet sweep and breaks one tackle. Can't get away from the second. Hit out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Fourth down and goal. And Crockett's defense really feeling it now, jumping up and down. And by far their best defensive series. I think their best any series they've had here in the ball game.
Yeah, no question about it. And, quite frankly, that's good for us, right?
Yes.
It's good for us that they're making us have to work. And so, consequently, here we go, 4th and 5. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah, fourth down and goal at the 5. Under 1 minute to play in the third. Mustangs looking to punch it in. Crockett looking for a big stop here for them. Crawford Maddox to throw. He's got a pocket. Looks. And now it collapses, and he couldn't find anybody downfield. He's sacked, and that is a turnover on downs as Crockett collapses the pocket. Could never find anybody get open, and that's going to be Mario Madrid with the sack and turnover on downs, and by far Crockett's biggest play of the ball game.
Yeah, and Noah Gomez for Crockett on that, helping out on that sack as well. We got the short field, couldn't convert. But I would say credit to Crockett for them stepping up and playing a little better defense in this half.
35 seconds to go here in this third quarter. 43-0. Mustangs in front of Crockett, but Crockett just got a big stop. Mustangs had a first down and goal at the 1, and Crockett pushed them backwards. And they'll get a couple more snaps here in this third quarter. I got ball you under center. He'll turn give. And Pacina the third is hit after a yard pickup to the 13. And let's see if they try to take another snap here. 25 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, Christian Cervanta is Mauricio for the Mustangs coming up from his linebacker position with that hit and holding it to a 1-yard gain. Good defensive play by Christian.
And that will be the final snap of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth and final quarter. They'll change sides, and Crockett's going to be moving right to left when we come back. Marble Falls leads 43-0. Final quarter up next on KBEY 103.9. All right, so we begin the fourth quarter, and the Mustangs on top, but the Cougars just get a big stop. It's 43-0 Marble Falls. And it'll be a handoff. Pacina going to get some positive yardage, and he'll cross the 15 out to the 17. 4-yard gain there.
Yeah, Greg Lemon and Branson Bunning. Branson having a pretty good second half now, and on at least 3 tackles, and we've said his name several times, and so good job by him. And 3rd and 4 or 5, so let's see what we can do defensively to create a stop.
11:29 to go here in this fourth quarter. 3rd down and 4. Agbayu under center. He's going to give it to Pacina again. That time he's hit before he gets to the line, and that'll be a loss. And I believe that was Greg Lemon there, first man there for the Mustangs. It'll be 4th down.
And Olin Dalton. Olin Dalton coming from his linebacker position there. Olin is, again, one of those sophomores making good plays for the Mustangs, and absolutely that's a great thing for him to be able to get this experience right now.
We said his name a lot this evening. So 4th down and 4, 10:45 and counting. And if you're Crockett, do you just go for it here, or do you try to punt it? Oh, they're bringing up. I mean, looks like they are going to try to punt it. So they've had 4 punts that have either been over the head or squib back. That one gets to the punter, and he's going to get off the punt. And returned by Logbine. He's into Crockett territory already, the 40. Still taking a pile down to the 36 of Crockett, so he returned that about 14 yards. Took it on the run at the 50. It gave him some momentum and takes it down to the 36 of Crockett.
Yeah, good job by Caden. Tackle there. First guy making the hit, probably number 10, Rocky Rangel. Here again, second possession. Marble Falls have been a beneficiary of great field position, right?
Yes.
Let's see that we can let's establish a drive, and whether it be something we have to earn, or make it a big strike, either one, let's see what we can't come away with the touchdown here.
Mustangs offense back on the field with 10:17 to go. 43-0 Mustangs. Shotgun snap, handoff. Nice run by Doak Timmerman that time, taking a defender for a ride all the way down to the 27, 9-yard gain. Crawford Maddox still out there as the QB for the Mustangs.
I'll tell you what, Tyler Leverett there drove his defender about 8-10 yards down the field, and then finally down to the ground, and real physical block by him there from the left tackle position. Right guard, number, 54 with the pull on the last play too.
Handoff going to be to Doak Timmerman. He'll take it to the 21-yard line. And that'll be a 6-yard gain and a first down for Doak, and he's going to come off the field here. 9.5 to go. All right, so it's going to be 9:21 to go.
Raul Moran.
43-0.
Raul Moran with a good block. A trap on this last play. He was the right guard who crossed the centers and to the other side and to block the defensive lineman.
All right, going to be a handoff, and Sanchez is going to take it to the 14-yard line, gain of 7, and it'll bring up a fourth down and 4 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, tackled by Josiah Verver on that one. And Salazar with a good run on Newfo's getting some offensive time here in the backfield.
All right, so good run there for Salazar. 4th down and 4 at the 14-yard line. 8:35 to go in this ball game. Mustangs up 43-0. And take time all the way down here as much as they can. It's at 15. The play clock is. Pistol formation. Maddox going to call his own number. I'm not sure if he was ready for the snap. It's second down and 3, and it's now for a 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, I was trying to check out the bench there to see what starters we have that might be out right now. Certainly a good time to get everybody some reps.
See Salazar out there as the running back. Jace Williams, a receiver to the right. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun on 3rd down and 5, looking to throw, steps up, fires out to the right. It's caught, turns upfield. Salazar inside the 10, down to the 4. Nice catch and run. That'll be a 12-yard gain. That's Maddox to Salazar, and the Mustangs at a 1st down and goal.
Yeah, tackle by number 2 there, Roger Chargoy for Crockett. He's down right now. I think maybe just a cramp or something from the
humidity. Hot, yes. All right, so that stops the clock with 7:36 to go. Mustangs will have a 1st down and goal. Now, you know they would love to punch it in here. Had trouble on the last time they got 1st down and goal at the 1, but now they would love to see if they can finish off the drive.
Yeah, it's a good thing to for sure that we need to, be able to execute and make that score. I tell you what, Maddox did a great job on the last play of stepping up. He
yes.
had the outside rushers getting some depth on them, and so he just stepped up in the pocket and gave him a little more room to see, and good delivery there to Nufo.
1st down and goal at the 4. 7:31 to go. Receiver to the left. Logbind by himself. Jace Williams, receiver to the right. Salazar is the running back in the pistol formation behind Crawford Maddox on 1st down and goal. Give to Salazar, goes to his right, looking for the goal line. Second effort, did he get in? Yes, the second effort gets him to the end zone on a 4-yard run. Rufo Salazar had a catch and run, and then a nice 4-yard run there for the Mustangs, and they're on the board 49-0 with 7 minutes to go. Now, they have to be happy they punched that one in.
Yeah, because no doubt, and Nufo's our 3rd running back there behind Joaquin and Doak, and so it's good for him to get that experience and to fill in that position.
Here comes the extra point try. It's going to be Jace Williams to give it a shot here. He has been the kicker on kickoffs. Now he'll get to try the extra point try. Snap is up, hold is good, and it's slow, it's blocked, and it's no good. Extra point is no good, and it'll be 49-0. 7 minutes left in this ball game. Mustangs up 49-0. Back after this on KBEY 103.9. Seven minutes left in this ball game. 49-0 Mustangs, and they're going to tee it up here after the Salazar touchdown run. Took it about 40 yards there. The drive was 40 yards. Salazar at the 4-yard run. Jace Williams has it teed up at the 40, kicking left to right. Now Gerald awaits next week. At home, it's the homecoming game. And here comes Jace Williams with a kick. It's on the way. And it's going to be taken on the bounce. They're following. No, ball's loose still, and at the 15. Looks like they were going to jump on it, and 2 Cougars were over there, could never get to it. And Peter Kobos had to finally jump on it at the 15-yard line. And they'll let the clock wind down here a little bit. Stops at 6:50 to go.
Yeah, one of the most impressive things now has been our kick coverage, and they mishandled that to a degree. It's hustle, though, by the Mustangs getting downfield to, they felt the need to just jump on top instead of trying to pick up and run with it.
6:50 left in this ball game. Crockett has it at their 15-yard line. Mustangs up 49-0.
Trying to look at our personnel now, and we do have some young kids out there for sure.
We do. Branson Bunting back out there. Going to be a handoff and taken to the left, and he's hit hard as he's pushed back, and they'll mark him down at the 17, so a couple of yards there, and with the carry that time is Trey Sylvain for the Cougars.
Yeah, and Bryson Benner, number 68 for the Mustangs, his first play makes a tackle. So good job by him. He comes in at nose tackle and giving a little break there to Moran and Garcia. It's good for Benner to get in there and get a stop, first play.
As he mentioned, these reps are important for these younger players in these early ball games. 6:05 remaining in the ball game. Mustangs are up 49-0. Adebayo under center. He'll give it to his running back Pacina the third, and not much to the 20. It's a couple more yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 now.
Yeah, tackle. Yeah, that Branson Bunting, another tackle on that play, and I'd go back to Bryson Benner. Here's a guy, he's a senior, and man, credit to him for being a part of this team and sticking with it and getting his first reps here in the fourth quarter and making a tackle that first play.
3rd down and 5 for the Cougars. Caballo under center. Everybody stays in tight. On 3rd down, he'll hand it off. That's Pacina the third, and he's wrapped up after a couple of yards. Jesus Rodriguez, the junior linebacker, is there for the stop. And here's a 4th down and about 2 coming up for the Cougars. Under 5 minutes to play now, and I imagine they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, Raul Moran back in the game too a little bit, and now playing defensive end, and good job by him contributing to that stop.
4:45 and counting in this ball game. 49-0 Mustangs. 4:40 on the clock. Cougars going to let this clock wind down before they make a decision. They may just try to punt it away here, I guess. I'm not sure. But anyways, they're going to let the clock wind down to pretty close to 0 and take a timeout. 4:25 and counting. That's what they're going to do. 4th down and 2. They take a timeout. 4:23 to go.
Yeah, check that on that last. I credited Moran, but it was Jameer Garcia from the defensive end position on the stop.
All right, so we've got a 4th down and 2. And they're going to be talking things over. What do they do here?
I think what we're seeing here is Crockett has settled down, played a much better second half. We've had to work harder. We've still outscored them the half. We've still more first downs, all of those things. But credit to the Mustangs capitalizing on Crockett's mistakes in the first half to give them this cushion that they enjoy right now.
So 4:23 left. It's 4th down and 2. 49-0 Mustangs.
It's just the first of a long weekend of football, right?
Yeah, it is.
Man, we get to watch games all weekend long.
I know you being a Texas fan excited for Saturday morning.
They play this week.
Yes, I guess so. That's what I hear. That's what people say on TV.
No, I spend most of my day listening to sports radio, I guess.
4th down and 2 at the 23-yard line. Handoff. Pacina the third, and he's going to, where they're spotting him, I think he's going to get it. He needed the 25, and where the officials are, right at the 25, and that should move the chains for Crockett as they go for it, and they get it.
Good officiating there would probably dictate they get him the first down, whether he made it or not.
Yeah.
To keep that drive going, right? But, I think what was so impressive about that is I think there were every bit of 9 Mustangs, in there trying to make the stop and in on the tackle.
Under 4 to play in the ball game. 49-0 Mustangs here in the waning minutes of the game. Season opener for Marble Falls. Algabayo under center. He'll give it to the slot left side or right side who comes to the left, and that's going to be Trey Sylvain. And where he's dropped is going to be, I guess he give him a couple yards of the 27.
Yeah, C.J. Alexander and Olin Dalton. And C.J. came in there and finished him off. I tell you what, Olin met him and delivered a good blow. And here's that young sophomore getting a lot of playing time tonight here in this second half particularly, and doing really a nice job.
All right, 27-yard line for Crockett. About 3 minutes to go on the ball game. 49-0 Mustangs.
Play going to be stopped before we get started. Looks like we're going to have motion on the offense. Right side of their line, their right guard and right tackle in particular. False start.
Yeah, we'll take it after this. My hotspot drops every now and then. 2:43 to go, so Coach, second down and 13 here.
Yeah, they had a false start there to force the 5-yard mark off, and so got them behind the sticks. This defend.
All right, so 2:25 to go here in this ball game. 49-0 Mustangs. And Cougars just have they're going to get a delay of game here. Clock was going down to 0. They're looking to the sideline trying to see what play they wanted to run. I think the Cougars want them to thought they were should have restarted the play clock.
Yeah, the coach was certainly giving that motion, right? Why didn't you restart the play clock? And
now, do they call timeout because both teams went to the sideline?
they may have. I didn't ever see a signal as such, but I know the coaches.
Do they take the 2-minute warning now? Or the 2-minute timeout?
No, we're not through it. We're not to it yet. It's 2:14.
There's the flag. There is a flag down there.
Yeah, the back judge threw the flag. I think they're probably talking about whether or not they had reset the clock appropriately or
gotcha.
not.
Okay.
It's not just these kids' first game, right?
The
officials, it's that guy on the play clock. It's the guy.
You in the booth. Us.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Trying to work out the kinks, please.
Yeah, there's probably plenty of people out there saying, man, that Coach Futrell, he should have practiced more this summer.
You're doing just fine, Coach. All right, second down and 18. So I guess they do mark the penalty yardage off here. 49-0 Mustangs. Second down and 18. Man in motion to the right. The quarterback goes back to his left. There's a comeback to the 20, to the 22, to the 25, 26, 27-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard gain and a nice catch and run that time for the Cougars.
Yeah, Jameer Garcia, our defensive end here from the defensive right side, he just barely missed getting to a point where he could maybe knock it down. He got his hand up, but
that was Fernando Funes with the catch and run. Now 1:53 to go.
Yeah, C.J. Alexander made the tackle, and here we're at the 2-minute timeout.
Yeah, the 2-minute timeout. We'll keep it here at the waning moments of the ball game. Good chance to mention our sponsors again. Big thank you to them. Could not do it without them. And a big thank you to First United Bank, Hill Country Collision, J-Bar, Ewald Kubota, and American Standard. So 1:53 to go here in this ball game. 49-0 Mustangs.
3rd and 8. So I would say another one of those good things about tonight's game is they haven't had 3rd and short hardly at all. which it's certainly harder to convert the longer third down plays. So credit to the Mustangs for that. Let's see if we can line up and do that again.
1:53 to go. Caballo puts a man in motion. He's going to roll right to throw. He's going to tuck and run instead, and he's brought down. Actually, it's going to be a sack because he was behind the line of scrimmage, and so host of Mustangs there to get to him, to drop him for a big loss. And just one of the Mustangs there that time was Kristen Cervantes Mauricio, and that'll be a loss of about 3 yards there.
Yeah, Noah Ortiz, number 10, with getting his hands on the quarterback first, and so good job by him, another senior.
4th down and 12 with 1:20 and counting in the ball game. 49-0 Mustangs. 1:10 and counting. And I think they're just going to let this wind down again and take another timeout. Right with 1:01 to go in the ball game. 49-0 Marble Falls.
Well, good job defending the third down play.
Yes.
And getting the sack. So, and again, can't emphasize enough that we're getting to play. Look, if everybody suited up tonight, everybody got to play, right?
Yes.
And that's really good because, there's no substitute for experience. And so for every single rep that maybe one of these guys who are normally in a backup role, they got to play tonight, that's going to help us down the road. It helps to keep those starters healthy too.
1:01 to go in the ball game. Timeout called. 4th down and 12 by Crockett.
I've been scanning the sideline with my binoculars, and as I look, I don't see a single Mustang that seems to be on the bench or somewhere.
They're all engaged.
Yeah, they're all engaged.
Up on the sideline.
Yeah, and so consequently, look, hope we can come out of this thing healthy too.
4th down and 12. They're keeping the offense out on the field. So Crockett under center. Bibo wants to throw. Here's pressure. Throws out to the left. It's caught. He's got some room to run, the 30. And he's going to be hit just shy, about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. Be a turnover on downs. And that was Chargot with the catch and run. But the Mustangs able to get down there and chase him down just shy of the marker.
Yeah, C.J. Alexander among the Mustangs making the stop. Mustangs take over first down, and now you get to practice that play you always look forward to.
What would that be there, Coach?
Yeah, the old victory kneel.
Yes.
And, so let's see. We should have to do it.
Maybe once.
Yeah, just
I think one time.
And we can salt this one away.
All right, so big thanks to Roy Lennick back at the studio, producer, engineer. Thanks to Kirk Nowaker. Thanks to Coach Futrell. And 43 seconds to go. Crawford Maddox in the shotgun with Timmerman behind him. Looks like he will just take a knee here. He does. And I don't think they'll have to snap the ball again. That should do it for the Mustangs here on the road. The season opener on a Thursday night. Now they can enjoy a 3-day weekend. And the Mustangs will shake hands with the Crockett Cougars. Good sportsmanship out there. And the Mustangs are victorious 49-0 here at Burger Stadium. We'll wrap it up when we come back on KBEY 103.9. It's a wrap at Burger Stadium. 49-0 Mustangs victorious over the Crockett Cougars. And so, Coach, one of these games where you go in and able to get the win, get some guys some playing time, and now they're 1-0 on the season. All you could ask for. Oh
yeah, no, it's a great start. Look, if you shut somebody out, that's a lot of positives there. All of the things that we probably consider them cliches to a degree, but the truth is, when you don't give up big plays, you don't turn the ball over. We didn't turn the ball over tonight. Okay, we forced turnovers on their part. They helped out a little bit, of course, but we got short fields. So as a rule, I think overall real good. And the good news is when you win a game like this, then you can go back to the practice field and you can coach them harder.
Yes.
Okay? I mean, because it's not something where it seems as if you're beating them up after a loss. But the truth is when you win, that's when the coaches can go out there and really get after it and not just in some beatdown, but they can really hone in. These are the things we've got to do because it's still so important for us to get better.
When you beat a team 49-0, you're thinking, no, we did everything right, but the coaches go back and look at things, well, we had this drive, or we got a first down and goal at the one and didn't score, so plenty of things that they can point to the kids and work on, which I know the coaches like having in their back pocket. Well, Coach Futrell, thank you so much, and next week should be a good game at Gerald, and if you're at the ball game, you'll hear Coach Futrell over the PA at the stadium.
Yeah, I look forward to that, and heck, that script for the homecoming games usually several pages long. I'm glad we'll have Mr. Henson up there helping us to announce that homecoming king and queen and court. And
hopefully they give you a chance to look over it a few times, read over it.
Yeah, well, I know when we do that, it's always good when the game starts because now you just are reacting to what you see.
All right, Coach Futrell, thank you so much, and safe trip back.
You bet. Thank you.
Thanks.
Had a good time.
Thanks to Kirk Nowaker. Thanks to Roy Linick. It's a final 49-0 Mustangs win over Crockett in Austin at the Burger Stadium. It's KBEY 103.9.